This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke. Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 283. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff. I'm tingling.
Ooh, it's Blake. And special guest, he's all the way from Napa Valley. It's Neil from, I don't know what show he's on anymore. I've given up trying to figure it out. He was on Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks.
Isn't he a YouTube star now?
He then went to the Podiatrist podcast, Pretty Angels and Pretty Feet, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, that's where I know him from.
And then he became a Christian vlogger.
Mm-hmm.
And Annalise and Neil announced their pregnancy on air.
What?
And then it was...
Congratulations.
And then... It came out that...
Does her belly glitter?
And then it came out that Neil was actually on Ashley Madison. Oh, wait. No, that's a different Christian vlogger. Sorry, my bad. I'm getting these confused. How you doing, Neil?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for allowing me to invite myself on your podcast.
just so everybody gets the joke. Every time Neil comes onto the podcast, it glitters.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
So this is how special you are to us, Neil. We've had 4 people basically invite themselves onto the show in the last 3 weeks, and we picked you first.
Oh, that's very sweet. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Because we go back
are the other 4 dead?
Podcasts.
Did you do something?
The other 4, we like them, but
So Jason's just insulting the other people who...
Yeah, I was going to say, oh boy, it's going to go up from here on out.
They're not listening.
Although when I heard we were getting someone from Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, I thought we were getting Annalise.
You were
excited.
hoping.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was hoping, yes.
You're right.
we know he was excited. It's evident.
Oh.
Well, I don't know what you're looking at.
Well, I can't see her face because I'm not sitting in my normal position.
There's just a lamp between us.
I can't see jack shit.
You can see me.
But unfortunately, I do have to see Jason because, Neil, because we're going and doing this through Skype, we all have to switch seats. And so I feel awkward.
Yes.
It's got to feel totally weird. It's got to be bizarre.
Does it feel weird that you're podcasting again?
For me?
Yes.
Well, honestly, it doesn't feel like I really stopped because I thought we were done, and then we came back last week, and
your retirement lasted a week, right?
I think we didn't. I think it was 3 weeks we didn't release a show, but not 3 weeks in a row because we released something and we were coming back. Yeah, it was. I feel kind of silly about it because had I known I was going to miss it that much, I just would have said, hey, we're taking a month off, and that would have been it.
Yeah, I did see in the social media and all through our ties that we have together that you guys were calling it quits, and well, not calling it quits. You guys were retiring, taking a short break.
Right.
I've seen vacations longer than this.
Yeah,
I know.
I was kind of like, well, that's a bummer because I always enjoyed having you guys, well, not you guys, but just, I guess, you, since Annalise refuses to come on the show. But that's okay. But, you always do come on and glitter it up for us every once in a while. Every 100 podcasts or so, you show up and have some fun. And I still have your guys' original, Dark Angels and Pretty Feet koozie at work.
Nice.
Yeah. You got any extras?
Awesome. I do. If you want more, I can get you more.
Oh, I don't believe you. I've asked Annalise like 6 months ago for the album.
I thought she sent you a package for...
Oh, I've got nothing.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, that's funny because there was this thing on the table that said to make up a package for you guys, and then the note was gone. So I figured she made it up and shipped it out. I'll have to ask her about that. But yeah, we can send you more for sure.
I'm guessing she probably got confused because she was retired. So, why do anything? Oh, wait, no, you're back.
Probably. She just sent them to herself. She's just got a ton of them at work.
She thought she was going to have to get rid of stuff because they were retired. And then since they decided to come back, she thought, now we must keep them. I'm not giving them to Jason.
Yeah, I do have to say, when you guys were retiring, I did kind of lie. I did put the koozie up for sale on eBay.
Oh, shit.
And the value was going up, and then you guys came back, and now it's worthless again.
Just nosedived. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll make it up to you somehow. The next one we send you will be, you know what? We'll sign it for you. How's that?
Ooh. That'd be great. And put some glitter on there.
There you go. I'll put my own glitter on there. I don't drink out of it, though.
No.
Son of a bitch. I'm going to open that box and get like a glitter bomb. Son of a bitch.
That's such a good idea.
No.
Now let's think about this because, Neil and Annalise are very two talented people that do a lot of things in regards to like the podcasting and YouTube world. And so other than the 6 listeners who've listened to us for 285 episodes, people who don't know Neil, why is Neil so important to us?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
well, I could ask Neil to explain, but I want to hear it from Jason.
Let me tell you why I'm important.
Neil, please tell me, why are you so important to me? And actually, you guys were one of the earliest podcasters that I knew, well, informally, and that eventually has stuck with us through all the years and doing all this kind of stuff. So give us like a little bit of background between you and Annalise, because if I remember correctly, this was originally an effort between you and your spouse to actually sit down and spend time together because you guys were so busy in different directions and doing other things. So, so shoot it to me here in a couple minutes, buddy.
I think you just explained it. I don't think Neil has anything to say.
Well, I want him to extrapolate.
That's it. So it started out as I stopped playing music in a band, and I was still looking for something to do creatively. And I guess, well, geez, guys, how long has it been? It's been about 5 years, right?
Yep,
a little over 5 years.
Yeah, over 5.
It seems like 20,
and so,
but it's okay.
Yeah, geez. Yeah. And so back then, podcasts obviously were out and about and large, not as crazy as it is now, but I had started listening to podcasts and thought, oh, this is kind of something fun and creative and something I could do with Annalise. So I brought it up to her and said, is this something you'd be interested in doing? And she said, no, not at all. Okay, that's awesome. And I said, well, will you give it a shot? We'll just sit down once, and if you're into it, we'll do it. And if not, we'll stop. So we sat down, recorded, and that was actually our first episode. And yeah, it was just a chance that we could do something creative together and just sit down and just talk to each other and really focus on each other without really any distractions except the dogs running in and out and barking at us all the time. And that's how it started. And we stuck with it for 5 years, and then I started getting burnt out. And I think the reason mostly was because we changed the format and it no longer was just the two of us. And I think that took something away from it for me. Of course, me not being bright enough to just think about it for a while, I just decided, well, that's it. I'm done. I'm quitting. And that lasted, like we were talking about 3 weeks. And we came back to it. And now we're back to just her and I in the room without going live on YouTube or anything like that, just chatting. And the last week was our first full episode back, and it was a blast. It felt like it did way back when we started. Like I got all excited about, well, obviously I got excited. I mean, I immediately was like, let me be on your show. I want to be on a show. I want to be on your show. And like just being back on Twitter and promoting other podcasts and starting to listen to all the podcasts that I was so busy that I couldn't listen to, and going back through like your guys' catalog and doing all that has been a lot of fun. So that's how it started. And now I sit here. And I'm very, very grateful that you guys are allowing me to be on. And I was very happy that this was kind of like my first guest spot coming back into being really excited about podcasting, since we've been through so much together. And it's funny because, we consider, or at least for us, I think you guys feel the same way, but consider those that we kind of came up with podcasting as friends, even though we don't hang out all the time. And I know sometimes it's almost like a double-edged sword, because I'm like, well, I don't have a ton of time to listen to podcasts. They're my friends. They'll understand if I don't listen this week. I'll catch up next week. And it's almost like it should be the opposite. It's like, no, I should really listen to this podcast because these are my friends and I want to see what's going on. But I really do appreciate it and feel like we've had this friendship for about 5 years now, and it means a lot to be here with you guys.
No, we appreciate you coming on because, like I said, it does feel like we're like the last men standing, and women. That's right. Everyone has left us.
And 40 on 14, but and they were kind of always doing their own thing anyway, So it was weird too today, like in my Twitter feed, to have Nickel pop up out of nowhere.
What?
I was like,
what? A Nickel sighting?
There was a Nickel sighting. There was.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So
is he starving out in the cabin, out in the woods? Does he need food?
It's funny. It was about the cabin, so he's having some drama at the cabin, and he's trying to. Yeah. But it was kind of funny because it felt back like it was, 3-4 years ago when we were all young pups in the podcast world, just kind of laughing along with each other and helping each other out.
Yeah, and like I said, Michael Liao, he quit and then came back. He had a longer retirement than you. And I'll be honest, when you said you wanted to come on and then you decided to unretire, I was giddy because I still wanted to joke with you about this.
Yeah, well, it is great because I think, as people have said, everybody knew that we would be back, except it seemed like me. Like everybody else was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, buddy." Yeah, I'm the drunk guy at the party going, "I'm never gonna drink again," and everyone's like, "Yeah, sure you won't." Good luck with that.
You're like the Brett Favre of podcasting.
Yeah, I do send penis pictures to reporters, so that's
See, Jason, I'm not the only one. He's being from Comic Expo too, isn't he?
This is why the Children's Theater of Cincinnati has stopped talking to us. It might have been your comment about the princesses in the last play. I think you burned that bridge there, Blake. Thanks. Anyways, so yes. So Neil, where can we find you at if people don't know, which they should, but where?
Sure. Yeah, anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can search Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks and we'll pop up, or you can go to darkangelsandprettyfreaks.com, or you can find us on YouTube at Halos and Heathens, because again, too stupid to just keep all the names the same.
Like a history of bad ideas, and we're not a history podcast?
That's right.
We are.
No, we're not.
You know how many
official? We're not.
You know how many history podcasts follow us? A lot.
I bet they do. That's got to be fun.
That's right. Next week, Battle of Waterloo.
Well, you know how you always get, Neil, those FF like follow Fridays. Hey, follow these people. I would say about once every month or two, we get a history podcast goes, hey, follow all of our history friends, and we're on there. I'm like, you have never heard us.
No, never listen.
Well, the Battle of Waterloo is following us today. That's great.
Yeah. They're like, okay.
They're like, this history podcast has a Worsley Award. Let's listen to
have
them.
a Worsley Award. Neil, I think you and Annalise might be up for a floppy this year.
Oh, Jesus.
And the best part is, I think you might get the trophy because I want to see you and Annalise's reaction to the floppy trophy. It is a beautiful thing.
Hey,
I'm in. I like
the
it.
Category? Shortest retirement?
Yes, the shortest retirement. It's Besotted Geek, Dark Angels. Reasons are several who Neil killed. And I'm trying to think of what else. Wait a minute. Are we going to retire after talking to Neil?
I wasn't planning on it.
You know what'll happen is Henno will probably retire for a day and then come back, and so he can win the floppy.
Ooh.
Scab Jeff will start a podcast, retire, and then minutes later unretire.
He'll still lose. So before we get into it, we do this with all of our guests. And the nice thing with you, Neil, is that we love having you on because We don't have a lot of guests on because we're kind of more of a, pop culture of the week news thing. So we have a round table that has grown and grown. It started with me and Jeff, and now it's like I don't even know whoever shows up at the studio on Tuesday is in. I went for my 9-year-old to come down one time. And so the best part with you is that you just kind of jump in, join the round table, and it's nice. So we don't do interviews, and your show is like that too. You've talked about it, especially on your retirement episode, that you said that you don't do a lot of promotion with people. And it's basically you rather have them come in and sit and talk, and that's how we kind of are. Because we've had a lot of comic book writers and artists, pitch us like, hey, or I have Kickstarters and all that, and we love talking to them, but it always seems like it's a different flow to the show every time they come on. So
for sure, it's almost like you want to do it either like as a bonus or a totally separate show. Because you're right, it doesn't feel like I don't know how to describe it. I guess it no longer feels like just a group of friends. It feels like somebody has to watch their what they're saying, what they're doing to not make, said comic book artist or writer or director or whoever maybe uncomfortable, or they won't get the joke and they'll be like, hey, I'm just here to pimp my book. And you're like, yeah, well, I'm here just to pimp. Leave me alone.
We've had 2 people that stopped talking to us after they've been on the show that were comic book writers or novelists. One of them, I think, is because Jeff did a review and said, I really don't like the art in this book.
Oh, great.
Well, fair.
And they sent us a book. This was years ago. It was about 3 years ago. And I liked it, but we did tell them if we review it, we are pretty blunt. Like, we'll tell you if we like it or not. And they're like, no issue whatsoever, nothing whatsoever. So Jeff and I are reviewing, and I was like, yeah, I really liked the book. Jeff's like, yeah, it was okay. I really hated the art. Well, there goes that guy, and he has yet to talk to us again. So it is kind of funny, like, yeah, you can talk anything. There always are, oh, yeah, be as honest as you want, unless you don't like it. And it's like, no, we don't do that.
Right.
But we still do. We still have some artists and comic book writers that talk to us still.
Oh, yeah.
We've had on the show.
We love having people on. Yeah. It's just we're a little too blunt for some people. Like Neil. Neil, it's been years since he's been on because of this.
I was so offended last time that I'm like, I need to recover.
or we can get a little blue.
The last time Neil was on, Tumblr was still a thing.
That's right.
Have you seen any bowling ball porn lately?
No, not since Tumblr went away.
No. Anyways, Blake, this is your thing. Every guest that comes on,
that's right.
You have some rapid fire questions. Neil,
that's right.
You just have to answer these as quick as possible without thinking.
Okay.
I need you to sit down. I need you to hold on to your chair.
Okay.
You tell me when you're ready.
Go ahead.
Stick shift or automatic?
Stick shift.
Hard top or soft top?
Hard top.
Fender or Gretsch?
Fender.
Rogue One or Last Jedi?
Last Jedi.
Yes! Yes! Death Star or Starkiller Base?
Death Star.
Annalise or Mikael?
I'll go Annalise.
Right answer.
Both?
Editor's
there you
note,
go.
that
Tag
was
team.
correct,
Wait,
and
what?
he was not goated for that answer.
Did he just say tag team?
Hobie or Gotham Lights?
Hobie.
Oh.
Jeff now or Jim now?
Jeff.
Because Jim doesn't even bother to show up when Neil's here, so I better win that one.
Jason?
You know what would have been good if I just would have went, who?
Jason or Michael Caine?
Jason.
Michael Caine.
Oh, no.
Toast with jelly or toast with peanut butter?
Jelly.
La Liga or Premier League?
Premier.
Left nipple, right nipple?
Left.
Remy LaCroix or Tory Black?
Tory Black.
Magic users or fighters?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I missed the first one. What'd you say?
Magic users or fighters?
Magic users.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Well, then. Okay, let me do this. Blake or Annalise?
Blake. Wait, damn it. Tag team. Wait, damn it.
You should see what I'm doing to Jason's microphone.
Well, then. I don't even know what to say to any of those questions. I will say the left nipple is more fun than the right nipple. I will say that.
Your nipple
or others' nipples.
Your nipple preferences, are those based upon whether you're right-handed or left-handed?
Well, the question, I don't know if you heard Neil's question. Is it your own nipples or other people's nipples? Which one nipples are we talking
these
about?
are your partner's nipples.
Partner's nipples.
Yeah.
It was funny because when he asked the question, I did a quick look down. Like, that was going to help me answer.
Touch this one more.
Yeah, right.
Well, Neil's are pierced, so it doesn't really matter. Both of them were fun.
They used to be.
I know. I'm kind of sad that they're not.
Until that magnet incident.
Well, no one needs an almost 50-year-old with pierced nipples. I mean, maybe somebody does, but no one around here.
We don't judge.
Nor mesh shirts.
Right.
So you're the bad guy from Commando?
Right. I was also thinking of one of the you know me and pop culture and movies, so I'm sure I'll remember the name of this. Was it one of the not Bill and Ted's, but the other goofy guys from Saturday Night Live?
Wayne's World?
Well, yeah. Wasn't there
Wayne and Garth?
Yeah. Was there a nipple ring incident in there?
Yeah, I think there was.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, yeah.
I'm going to say yes. Yes.
There we go.
Did you have a chain between your two nipples?
No.
Okay. Did you ever think about that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you're thinking of
I had both. I had my nipples pierced, so I would think that you could imagine I didn't think much about anything at the time.
You're thinking of that heavy metal singer. What's it?
From
Judas
Guar?
Priest.
Oh.
Oh, there you go.
Isn't he dead?
Hell bet for leather.
Yeah, he is. The lead singer is, yeah.
Yeah.
Rob Halford died?
No?
Alfred's not dead.
I thought he was dead.
He just sang on a song with Lizzie Hale or somebody.
Oh. Or maybe he's been replaced. I don't know. I can't remember.
Breaking
He was replaced, but then came back.
Oh, okay.
That was 20 years ago.
Breaking news: Judas Priest lead singer dead, or retired, or back.
Or like
Right.
Stacy's mom,
That's right.
like we found out a couple weeks ago.
Playing the role of Neil this week, Judas Priest lead singer. Anyways,
Be alive.
so are you going to do every week now podcast, Neil?
Yes, that is the plan every week. If for some reason we're super swamped and we can't get to it, we don't feel bad now about saying, hey, we're going to take a week off. But more than likely, it'll be a weekly thing. And you know how it is. Once you fall into the routine, it's kind of hard to break that routine. So
That's why I'm sitting here right now.
That's right.
It's the routine. Tuesday routine.
You're a creature of habit, Jeff.
I am.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do on Tuesdays if I wasn't coming here.
Sleep.
I probably would be.
Yeah.
You're right.
Be more productive.
No. This is my production.
Oh, this is it? I meant to society.
Jeff, it's interesting you say that because when I was recording with Matt for Reasons Are several on Tuesdays, and we stopped doing that. I really didn't know what to do with myself Tuesday afternoons for a couple weeks. I'm like, this is so weird to have another evening. I don't know what to do.
So Neil, what was the reason why?
For Reasons Are.
Yeah.
Matt had enough. He was done.
Oh no, I meant I thought you guys were talking about the meaning of life.
Oh no, we mostly the meaning of sex robots.
Oh, well,
You know they can be hacked.
I know that's the freakiest.
yeah. We only promote sex robots
imagine?
that give consent.
Could you?
Well, or that take it. No.
You know what, Neil? Why don't you expound upon that? What happens? Could you imagine if sex robots took over, got hacked? What would happen?
Well, like let's just say that they start to get a little too rough or a little too teethy with you, and all of a sudden they're leaving with body parts of yours.
Do they have teeth?
I'm sure. Hey,
It's
I'm
optional.
sure that there are certain fetish robot heads that have teeth. I'm hoping anyway.
You're just.
I would love this sexy robot, but I want her to be a gummer.
It's gonna look like the new Sonic. It's gonna be nothing.
Oh, Jeff.
The new Sonic or the old new Sonic?
Oh, are they replacing? I don't know. I know the first trailer I saw for the movie with Sonic and a full frickin', I don't know, like John Force or frickin' what's that tater tot comedian grill? Just a giant frickin'
Ron White?
Yes. It was like Sonic with Ron White teeth.
Well, I cannot unsee that now. No,
almost kind of like Will Smith's Aladdin. Are you not getting them confused?
No. Have you guys? I'm sure you've talked about the trailer for the new Sonic movie.
Yeah, and here's the best part
we
is
put
that
it up on social media. The story.
there was so much outrage that they're redoing it and had to push back the movie now, Neil. And I'm not kidding.
To make it more cartoony, like the original Sega.
They released it with the more cartoon. The trailer. They released a trailer with the new animation in it.
Yeah.
Oh, they have. Okay, I haven't seen that. I didn't understand why they just didn't have pretty much the original Sonic with a little bit more depth to the character as far as its visuals, because obviously AI is not AI, but special effects are better now. I don't know why they redesigned it to look like a frickin' dentist's kit or something.
I'll be honest, you could have put the old cartoon, the Sonic the Hedgehog from the cartoon that was on Saturday mornings, you could have put that in there and it would have looked better than what they put out.
Agreed. And you could have had Will Smith be frickin' Sonic and it would have looked better.
Well, only if they made him blue.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You just borrow him from Aladdin for a while.
Aladdin Will Smith or After Earth Will Smith?
Oh. Good question.
Scientology or Genie?
Well, yeah, I'd say throw them all together. Put them in a giant
blender.
pot. Yeah, a blender.
This is for your original aunt that you fired off the show, you asshole. Sorry.
Angry at the original Aunt Viv.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I hold grudges.
Obvious.
Back to this sex robots.
Really?
So
Are you sure I'm the reason the Children's Theater doesn't listen to us anymore?
So the teeth. I think that they would have to come with teeth because you want them lifelike. But I guess it could be like a gumming granny like section. I mean, sure. I wonder if you could order like
I thought I mentioned that about 5 minutes ago.
No, I did that. The gummy ones.
Oh,
Neil's Visit, sponsored by Sex Robot.
Oh, yeah.
We're not ready to kill you yet.
Nom, nom, nom.
I'm sorry.
Don't bite it.
What was that?
Don't bite it off.
That's not right. I'm sorry. You wanted the gummy collection? This is the Kentucky collection. Welcome.
Oh boy.
Wow, now we lost all our Kentucky listeners.
Not related to the Alabama collection.
Don't worry. Neither of them have electronics. It's okay.
Oh, wow.
We lost our Alabama listeners a while ago. So,
did you know, Neil, that
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Did you know, Neil, that Alabama school system is 49th in the country?
Wow.
Only second last to Mississippi. So, good job, Alabama.
Well, if you had to spell Mississippi every time.
MIZSKV97PI? Yes, that's correct, sir.
It's MRSSIPY. Mississippi.
Mississippi. It's about as bad as my ma cocaine. Anyways, so let's get to the Twitter poll of the week here. In honor of Neil being a guest on this week's episode, who glistens the best? You can always vote for us at Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter. Or you can go to the History of Bad Ideas on Facebook. You can't vote there, but, you can say hi.
Go hang out for a while.
Yeah. We had Neil, Robert Pattinson. Pattinson? Is that how you say it? Pattinson? Okay. We have Mariah Carey and Taylor Lautner, who was in the great Twilight series with Robert.
Yeah.
So I don't think Taylor glistened.
Yeah, he was a werewolf. Werewolves didn't glisten. That's probably why he got the lowest percentage of votes.
Spoilers.
It could have been because of the amount of body hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was in Abducted. That was filmed in Pittsburgh.
He's in Cuckoo now.
I'm sorry, what's that?
He's in Cuckoo.
I don't know what that is.
Are you having a stroke?
Cuckoo. Somebody tell Mama I love her. No, it's a Netflix show where I think it's 5 seasons in. It's actually really good.
Are you making this up?
I am not. You guys have internet over there in Mississippi. Look it up.
Well, it's not like we're doing a podcast on what's happening in pop culture for the last 5 years.
If I know of a show that you guys know about, this is, oh boy, it's going to be a rough show.
I'll be honest, I think he's lying.
No.
I'll be honest, I think it's probably just a Hallmark movie.
Okay, well, might be.
Is
That
Anna,
or Home and Garden or something, I don't know.
is Annalise there? Because I think she should call 911. I think you had a stroke.
Yeah, it's all the concussions now. They're coming back to haunt me, so she'll just, she'll just put my helmet and my bib on and just say I'll be all right.
How many major ones have you had?
6.
Oh, geez, you beat me. You doubled me.
Oh.
That's not a category I want to win.
I didn't know that was a competition we were having.
No, I'm not having a competition. I just want to know how bad he's in pain every single day.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not good.
Does your neck hurt from it?
So most of my symptoms now are like memory and inability to sometimes like my dexterity goes, and also now I have a bunch of like weird anxiety and stuff from it.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is mental. So it's kind of bizarre.
Yeah, we usually do this thing called 20 questions real quick. Rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm ready.
Okay.
Left or right
That
nipple?
would be funny. That would be great if you did it and every answer was the exact opposite of what I did earlier.
See, if we actually like wrote this stuff out and produced it, we could have come up with this.
So let's talk about sex robots.
Right?
No, I was just wondering because, like I said, that's nice to hear because my issue lately is I used to get really bad headaches every morning, and then that kind of seems to go away. Now my neck is killing me, but then I don't know if it's like a nervous twitch more now. I mean, it kills me every day, but I don't know if it's gone to that or and I do have the anxiety thing too. I agree with you. Like it happens about once every couple months. I just freak out like I can't handle it, and I just have to be like quiet for a couple hours or like an hour or so, like just in isolation.
Just let me sit in the closet and
breathe. Let's sit in the closet and just get an ice cube and a nice fan and relax.
Yeah, and I don't know and I'm being like I don't know what brings it on. Like I think the last time it was we had my son's baseball practice, and then we had to go to the library for something, or we had to drop the kids off at the library. I don't even know what it was. And, like, I just kind of freaked out, like, no, that didn't mean poop, okay? Jeff, shut up. I'm not dropping the
library, not pool, but that is where my mind went.
I saw your smirking. But it was the same thing. Like, I just got home, and I was like, and my wife's like, you okay? I was like, I just need something. I was, like, freaking out, and I don't know why. So...
Yeah, it's interesting. For me, it's where the scarring on my brain presses against something that's like part of the dexterity issues, and then it also then the other part is also what will help. Well, it won't, because of the way the neurons are. Most people, like, as they start to get anxious, they'll realize like, oh, I'm getting anxious, and the body will release whatever it needs to calm that down, and the brain will kind of kick in. My brain, because of the scarring, doesn't have that response. So I just start to I'll get anxious, I'll be worried that if I use the air conditioner too much in my car, the air conditioner pump's going to go out. And I'll get like super stressed out about that. I could afford another air conditioning pump. The car is fairly new. There's no real issue there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you just have air conditioning for a while. So it's weird things like that. And so, I've been having, MRIs now a couple times a year just to watch to see how the scarring is forming on my brain. So it's a lot of fun. It's a great time.
Yeah, it's interesting how much we know more about the human brain and concussions and actually like paying attention to this stuff because, it's kind of interesting to listen to you guys talk about it too because I had to learn a little bit about it because, one of our girls did Division I soccer. So, and she had, her career was hampered by about 3 major concussions, and it almost kills me because it was almost on the fact that because she was on scholarship and the coach and it was like, oh, you're not tough enough to keep playing, and they're like, dude, what the bleep are you bleeping talking about, man? Right. But it is very interesting how the technology and our understanding of how brain trauma. That we pay more attention to it now and understand more and how much more we have to go.
But you still have those coaches, like you said, that are assholes. I coach my son's 9-year-old team, baseball team, and you see it with different coaches on other teams and that stuff. Like, if they get hit in the head, the protocol is you have to do a concussion test there. It doesn't matter what happens. They get hit in the head. Doesn't matter if they have a helmet or not. Yeah. Because it's just common sense. Mm-hmm. And there are so many people that would be like, fuck it, no, we're good. It's like, no, and I'm over there doing 2 to 3 tests before I even let the kids out because I know what it is. I mean, my kid got hit in the face with the ball going back to first on a pickoff play, straight right below his eye, and he was down, and I'm doing the test like 3 or 4 times, and then you see other times is people are like, he's fine, just throw him back in. It's like,
rub some dirt on him, he'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got your bell rung, get up and go. No, wait a minute.
So.
Well, and now for me, one of the biggest things and what the doctors have asked my family to watch is, with the CTE and stuff like that, because you can't test for it until after your brain's out of your head, and I'm not ready for that test yet. So,
well, after this podcast episode, you better go get an MRI.
That's right.
That's not.
So nice. It's been interesting, but needless to say, it's just part of the deal.
Hey, weren't we doing a Glue Glisten's best Twitter poll of the week?
We're gonna do whose brain is scrambled.
Let's pick the show back up, please.
Who drools the best, Jason or Neil? Let's go with that.
Hey, your microphone's soggy over here. What's up with that?
It's a little soggy. Anyway, so Taylor Lautner, fuck him. He's in last with 4%.
Oh yeah, the hairy guy.
He didn't use Neil's conditioner.
No. Now on the Home Shopping Network. 17%, the future Batman, Robert. He had 17%.
But we know his is artificial.
Artificial glistening.
That's right.
Yeah, you don't want that.
And then winning 48% to 30%, the true better singer of the group, Neil over Mariah Carey, because Neil doesn't lip sync.
I sing with dolphins, man. It's true.
If I could turn back time.
That's not right.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Wasn't that Mariah Carey in the fishnet stockings singing to the sailors?
No, that was Cher.
Oh, okay.
No, you're thinking.
But Cher was married to Nick Cannon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this is the one that's in the Santa suit with the fishnet stockings.
That's Cher.
Singing to Jim, "All I Want for Christmas."
Is you. That's Cher.
Yes,
That's
Jason.
You.
Yes.
That's Cher.
So Mariah Carey married Sonny Bono, right?
Yes.
Speaking of Sonny Bono, he's from your neck of the woods, isn't he? Neil?
From my neck?
Well, California.
Oh, yeah, I would imagine. Probably. Sure.
He'd still be alive if it weren't for that sex robot.
That's right.
I thought it was a tree.
Damn sex robot. Just slammed right into it way too hard.
Call me Cher. Call me Cher.
The ultimate concussion. Just bounced right off that sex robot.
Rub some dirt in it. You're fine.
Yeah. Cher did the concussion protocol, and she's like, it was all right.
His brain is literally bleeding out of his ear. He's fine.
My robot needs a left nipple replacement, please.
Cher just poked her head out from behind that tree and said, "I got you, babe."
Mm-hmm. That's about as bad as my cocaine.
No, it's not that bad.
Uh-huh. Anyway, so that was our Twitter poll of the week. Let's see here. Blake, would you like to do some listener?
All right, Neil, you know what that sound means.
It means Blake just snapped his paper.
I think Neil just had another stroke.
Yeah.
I just triggered another concussion. I'm sorry. No,
off my chair.
This is it used to be bomb listener feedback, but for people with concussions, it's just a loud listener feedback.
I think you're mocking us.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm doing it out of concern.
Thank you.
We always start with this guy named Doug.
Number 1 fan?
A-Pans.
Can't give yourself a nickname?
Number 7?
Yes. Anyways, Doug's question is sponsored by Hank Haney in his LPGA prognostications that come to truth.
You even got Neil to laugh at that one.
Doug says, Will we get a non-superhero movie dealing with all the implications of snapping everyone back after 5 years in Avengers Endgame?
Sorry, spoilers.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert.
Neil, did you see Endgame?
No.
All right.
Did you like it?
Yes, it was amazing.
Okay, just check. Did you see Infinity War?
No.
Okay.
But did you like that?
It was pretty good.
Was it as good as Endgame?
I think Endgame was a little better.
All right.
How many Hallmark Christmas movies did you watch this year?
Every single one.
There you go.
They're up to 187 a year now.
Oh my gosh, there are so many. Oh, not only that, but I've actually watched a few of the Hallmark mystery movies with Rodney Peete. No, Rodney Pete's wife.
Rodney Peete, former NFL quarterback.
I'd rather see Rodney
Holly
Peete.
Robinson.
Oh.
Holly Robinson Pete. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah. So now my freaking Hallmark watching is creeping into other months. This is getting insane.
Well, didn't they try to do... What was it? Because they needed a...
Christmas in July?
Yeah, they had like a July... They were trying to do like a summer movie, like marathon, and I forget what it was. It wasn't Easter. I'm trying to think of what it was. It's like, oh, now you're just reaching.
Right now they're starting their, what is it called? Summer wedding movies. So all they're doing is all summer wedding movies. Yeah.
How are those?
Haven't seen one yet. I will say this, just from the advertising, not very diverse. That's all I can say.
You know,
apparently there's only very stereotypical blonde people that get married in June. That's it.
Well, it's true.
It doesn't matter if you're male or female. That's it.
Are you watching the Trump Network?
Yes. Yeah.
Neil, I think you were watching Fox News.
Let's get the man some help, please. Actually, let's get to the root cause of his actual retirement. He really needed that time for the Hallmark Channel.
That's it.
Annalise, you think this lady will ever say yes? That's Megyn Kelly, Neil. I think it's okay. So,
get this man some help, please.
Do you think these two will ever get married? They have such sexual chemistry. That's Trump and the Queen.
Oh, dear.
I think you're watching Fox. Oh. Trump's got to be a good lay in bed, right?
I would think. I mean, he's got teeth.
And nipples.
What about the Queen? I think she just lays there.
Oh, no. You got to know the Queen's a freak.
You know she tells you what to do.
She lived through the Blitzkrieg. You know she's crazy.
Is that the standard? Well, you lived through that.
People are like, we don't know what's happening next. We don't know if tomorrow will come. What should we do? And she's like, I don't know, butt stuff. And everyone's like, cool.
Nipple rings? Do it.
Nipple rings.
Do you think Prince Philip is a sex robot?
By the way, I think there goes all the Queen's not listening to the show anymore.
Well, we'd like to thank all our British listeners.
G'day, mate. We're on nerdly.co.uk.
Wankers.
Oh, they don't like the Queen either. They don't like the Queen. Come on. Nobody likes the Queen. I don't even think Prince Philip, he's the one married to her, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't see them ever together.
Well, he's always trying to kill himself driving cars, so I don't think he likes her very much.
He's the one standing 5 steps behind her.
Every time?
Yeah.
I feel like with Prince Philip and cars, Neil, it's like Mr. Philip, or Prince Philip, whatever you call it.
Mr. Phillips.
Mr. Phillips. The Queen and Mr. Phillips.
I think that was on Hallmark Channel.
It's on the BBC4.
Yeah.
Mr. Phillips, I don't think you should be driving anymore. I gotta die. I just want to die.
Let me die.
You just took out a school bus of children. I don't care. I still lived. Kill me.
Where's his accent?
Good point.
He's American, right?
Yeah.
I am the Queen. Hello.
All right, Doug, I'm glad we answered your question. From Besotted Geek. Or I should say, Besobered Geek. Was he out of retirement now, too?
No, he's more committed.
Oh, okay.
Literally, he's committed to an insane asylum. I don't know what's with him.
He's throwing those Twitter polls out there for their Game of Thrones special.
Oh, he's coming out of retirement for the Game of Thrones, huh?
I just want to let Besotted Geek know, if you come out of retirement, you will win the floppy for shortest retirement.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, no, Neil's got it in the bag. Henno, retire for a day.
All right, Besobered Geek says you can make one craft beer. What style and what's it called?
Neil, any answers?
I would say it would be a double IPA and it'd be called Bowling Ball.
Oh, boy.
Wow. I don't even know what to say to that. What would it be like a what type of taste would it be?
Very hoppy. It would be hoppy and bitter. Just so you know, you were getting just smacked in the face with this bowling ball.
Hoppy and bitter when I describe myself on Tinder.
Those are your good qualities.
What's your good qualities? Hoppy and bitter. You know.
I can see the commercial for it now. They have a bottle and the guy goes, "Do you have a spare?"
Oh, that's pretty good.
That is good.
There you go.
Good. No wonder you work for the government.
Yeah.
Jason, do you have a beer?
Well, he took bowling ball because that's damn good. Come back to me. Come back to Mr. The Queen and Mr. Phillips.
I was just going to say that. Damn it! Now I got to find a name for my beer.
Is that an English nut?
It is
English nut ale?
nuts ale. English nuts ale. Wait, that didn't sound right either.
Oh, that was supposed to sound good?
I meant like it was more nutty. Now it's just going to be more creamy
Oh boy.
A nutty cream.
with a taste.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's a little chalky taste too in honor of the Queen.
There you go.
So.
It's aged.
Oh, she tastes like chalk down there. Come on.
Aged in Scottish barrels.
Oh.
That's what Prince Philip says too. Oh, you again? Blake,
I would do an American spin-off of the Bavarian style beer and it'd be called Der Amerikaner.
boring. Jeff, you
Well, did I say there's going to be a swastika on the bottle?
get out. Get out. Get out.
I'm kidding.
Did I say? Did I mention this part?
Is it boring now, Jason? Huh?
I'm out. Neil, you got any space on your show?
This is made in the
Always.
Trump Brewery.
Hey, Neil, guess what?
I'm
I'm
sorry.
retiring. I'm done.
I'm done. You're going to win your own floppy. You'll be back by the end of the show.
On the positive, you came in fourth. Out of four. Jeff, what's yours?
I would do a Hefeweizen. Mm-hmm. And I would call it Hefeweizen.
Is that like...
Actually, you should call it like heifer bison.
Oh!
Hefeweizen
And make the
have,
bottles fat.
have a cow and a bison on
Yeah.
it. And, oh.
I like that.
Hefeweizen beer. I like
Yeah.
it. I
do-
win. Oh, wait.
I win.
Change approved. I do like the heifer bison. Now I'm thinking, what's the commercial, Blake?
Oh, I had to think about that. Yeah, moo.
I could see like a Sam Elliott standing by a picket or like by a fence, split rail fence, with the bison in the background.
Nothing more American than a heifer bison beer.
You know, after I come home from working in the fields and construction, you know what I like? A good old heifer bison.
You got construction in your fields.
You may want to lay off the heifer bison. You're construction in your field. All your cows and bison are dead because you're busy building a shack.
It's the number one beer recommended by the Marlboro Man.
You take one heifer bison, you're going to age 87 years. I reckon.
Sold only at McDonald's.
It's not FDA approved. It is EPA approved. What else we got?
Does that answer your question, the Sobered Geek?
I like that question.
From the Superiority Complex at Soup Complex. Best album of this decade.
I didn't do my research. Now I can't remember what came out in the past 10
I'm considering I haven't bought any albums in the past 10 years that
It
weren't
was
released
funny,
prior.
All the albums that I looked up were like from 2004, 2005. I'm like, oh no.
We'll allow it.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
We'll
no.
bend the rules.
I picked one that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, right. This is all. I mean, I don't know if this is actually the best album of the decade. I might be a little bit biased, but I picked "Where We Come From" by Popcorn.
I don't even know what that is.
Is that
He's
an album or a band?
Popcorn is the person. He's a dance hall artist from Jamaica.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, that explains it because they vacation in Jamaica.
that's true.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
never get invited.
Yeah,
And
everybody goes with you to Jamaica except us.
You've all been invited.
Really?
Well, how about this? Hey, guys, you're all invited to Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
We're going this year. We're going next year. We're going the year after. Make it happen.
Could you watch my kids so my wife and I can go?
You want me to watch? Yeah, absolutely. I will absolutely watch your kids.
At the
No
hotel
problem
pool.
at all.
There you go.
Just put them in the field with the heifer
Convince-
bison.
You convince your wife that we're going to watch your kids.
Don't worry about it. Neil and Alice, they got it. How many kids they got?
Yeah.
0. But it's okay. They're fine. They're fine. They don't even have air condition. Best album I bought probably in the last decade, I would say the Moana soundtrack. That was pretty good.
Wow.
Is
Better than Frozen, huh?
oh god, yeah.
Okay.
Fuck
All
that
right.
bitch.
Yeah, I didn't think Frozen met the hype.
I like
Oh.
the movie because I like the ending. Spoilers for a 5-year-old movie.
Yeah.
That she didn't need a guy's love, like her true love was her sister. I thought that was cool.
Right.
But the songs were not the greatest. I'm going to say Rent.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't see it.
Oh, really? Did you like it though?
It was amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How old do you think Rent is?
I'm talking the one that was on Fox, the live action.
Oh, you bought the album?
God
from
no.
that?
I didn't buy it, but it's on Amazon Music for free for me. The Bohemian Rhapsody album.
That was the best album to come out in the last decade. That's not a bad the soundtrack
true.
to Bohemian Rhapsody.
I don't know music, and the top 5 was tough for me.
I mean, the only albums I've bought are actually like, old vinyls of music that I already have, but so I can play it on a record player.
Oh, you're so cool.
The only albums that Blake bought were on Rock Band on his PlayStation.
No, you don't. I only buy songs.
You don't buy whole albums?
No.
Oh.
It's probably cheaper to buy the albums.
Well,
Sometimes.
it is.
Well, actually,
They
they
usually get about 12 songs for the price of 10. if
They
you
actually
buy
try
the
to
album.
con you into like buying 5 songs for the price of 4, but then they'll like sell you 3 for the price of 1. It's goofy the way they price that stuff out, man.
I did find an album that was released within the last 10 years that I bought.
Which one's that?
Approaching Normal by Blue October.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's 2009. So 10 years ago.
Blue
no.
Oyster Cult?
No.
Oh.
No, you have to look up. I think the modern music wise, I think the only album I've bought was like Cage the Elephant. I'm not sure if that falls within 10 years.
Yeah, I think for me the latest. Well, I bought the latest Shine Down and Rise Against, and that was within the last couple of years. So
Ooh.
You know what? I did buy Shinedown's albums. Ha ha!
Yeah.
Which
Neil-
ones? The recent ones or the older ones?
I'll tell you in a second. Hold on. Let me see here. Albums.
albums.
It's on my iPhone. Sorry.
They're doing away with
I think
iTunes.
Shine Down's
Newsletter.
latest, I think, is called Attention.
Let's see here.
Attention to tension. Ooh. Wordy.
I bought Sam Smith's album. I like him. Let's see. I got Shine Down, The Sound of Madness, the deluxe version.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I got. I have no idea. I think it's your wife's name, Annalise. It's Amaryllis. AMAR.
Oh, Amaryllis.
Yes, that one.
Amaryllis. Yep.
Us and Them.
Okay.
Threat to Survival.
There's a lot of Shine Down.
Threat to Survival was in the last 10 years. There you go.
2015. Look at me go.
There you go. You got one.
Yeah.
I really do love Us and Them was 2005. Well, 2008. Nope, that isn't it.
No.
2012. I got 2 albums in the
There you
last 2
go.
years.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, I did remember, Avenged Sevenfold's Hail to the King. That's
Oh, there you
that
go.
one. 2013.
Yep.
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
Go me. No, you have no idea. This top 5, Neil, is going to kill me.
Okay, that's awesome.
That surprises me because there are 5 members of Bon Jovi, and we do a top 5.
I did think about that.
Oh, wait a minute. I did buy an album from Duster Bennett. The
sounds like
Blue Horizon sessions.
Duster Bennett?
Yes.
That sounds like somebody that's selling Hyperbison.
Yeah, he's
He's the spokesman for Hyper.
Take it from Duster Bison. Duster Bennett. I love my Hyperbison after a hard day out in the field.
Hyperbison in construction.
Well, I'm doing construction out in the field.
Take it from Duster Bennett. I like my Hyperbison.
He's British.
Good day, mate. Take it from me. I'm out in the fields.
He does R&B.
Take it from me.
I said R&B, not death metal.
Take it from me. Take it from me. Hyperbison.
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 It's going to turn into Hyper Biscuit here in a second.
I like my biscuits like I like my gravy. Hyper. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Wait a minute. You have hyper gravy? I don't know what that means. I don't know if I want to see this. I don't know.
I'll be honest, Neil. I think I just had a stroke. Anyways.
Thank you, Superiority Complex.
We're going to get through the show sometime
Next,
today.
we're going to Izzy Fisher-Condrick. This is pickled eggs, yes or hell yes?
Neil, do you like pickled eggs?
I've never had a pickled egg, and I like pickled things. That sounds, sounds bizarre.
I like pickles. I like
you
eggs.
pickle it, I'll stick it in my mouth. I mean, I don't know, but I've never had a pickled egg.
I have neither.
I think I've had a pickled egg before.
I think I've seen them and they look awful.
I'm not opposed to trying them, although I can't buy them from like the jar at the end of the bar.
No, that's not going to happen.
You shouldn't buy anything from the jar at the end of the bar.
The pretzels are free, though.
The pretzels are good. Yeah, they're free.
There you go.
I will take a pretzel no matter what.
I would try one.
I bought a pretzel from a shopping cart outside of the Camden Yards in Baltimore one time. It was wrapped. It was not a good pretzel.
Was it warm?
It was warm, but it felt like a rock. It was not good. It was only $2.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, boy.
You refused to buy the popcorn.
That's a different story. Anyways.
Next week, Jason's popcorn ball story.
Oh.
Oh.
All right.
It's not as good as the bowling ball.
Next, Brian with a Y, H. For Neil, what group would Hobie hang out with? Choose a trio from television or film to hang out with for the day.
All right, so I have a couple here, and these came to mind because I thought they would be fun for you guys, not because I think you're like these people. But one was 3 people from Scooby-Doo, so I don't know which 3 you'd want to hang out with.
I'm Velma.
Please say Daphne.
Right. I figured it would be like Fred, Scooby, and Daphne. You can all hang with them.
I'll take,
or maybe Shaggy and Fred.
Scrappy Doo,
No
Scooby Dum, and
Harlem Globetrotters.
But these are people you would hang out with, right?
Right.
Not people you are, right? So would you want to hang out with Scrappy?
No.
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 I was being facetious.
If you could toss them in the fire pit.
Well, if you want to hang out with Felicia Day, you can. I don't know why you're bringing that up, Jeff, but whatever.
Felicia.
All right, so the answer is
then I also picked. I thought the three from Workaholics would be a fun afternoon.
Oh, I hate that show.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a Blake there, so that might be weird.
It's true.
But
we'd have 2 Blakes.
That'd be stressful.
Only one can survive. There can only be one.
2 Blakes enter.
2 Blakes.
1 Blake leave.
and then I thought it would be fun, like R2C3PO and BB-8.
Ooh.
What about H2? What's the
H2O? That's water.
No.
H2N1.
Well, I don't know. Those were I figured that would be fun.
How about IG88, BB8, and C3PO?
So sure, IG88.
IG88?
Is BB-8 IG-88's son?
Yes.
They should have the same last name.
Son.
They're related.
So, since your wife, Neil, works for Star Wars Land, Skywalker Ranch. Can she get us into Galaxy's Edge, whatever it is, in Disney?
Probably. She was invited to go for the pre-opening.
What?
And obviously we didn't go. But yeah, it was just for the employees. They had certain days where certain employees, so like Lucasfilm and Skywalker got to go on a certain day, and then
I'll be
other
honest.
divisions got to go.
If she didn't take me, like if I was married to her and she didn't take me, I would divorce her.
Right. Understandable. That is the bridge to a solid relationship, is divorce over Star Wars.
That's right. I just saw an article today. The lines to get into the cantina to buy a beer there are so long that they had to go to virtual lines in order to get people in and out.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard it's absolutely insane.
Well, I like the promo piece that they show, like the promo art for Star Wars Land or Galaxy's Edge.
Whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Star Wars Land works.
Star Wars Land works for me. Yeah. They show like they show a dad with holding his little girl's hand, walking in, by the Millennium Falcon, and like two other people, and it's like that's not realistic. There's like 80,000 people.
Everyone's shoulder to shoulder.
The girl is lost. She just got kidnapped. She's gone.
There's an annoying 10-year-old boy whacking you with a fake lightsaber.
What I would like is, because the dad is probably of the age, where the 70s ones came out, that he gets there and he just tosses his little 10-year-old daughter aside to run to the Millennium Falcon himself. He's like, "You're on your own, kid." You gotta
in the cantina.
Yeah. Just puts her in line for a beer and he goes and walks around.
By the time she gets the beer, she will be 21.
Get in line to shoot Guido.
Guido? That's Greedo.
Greedo.
Poor Guido.
Whatever.
Jason is correcting someone else's speech impediment here.
Uh-oh.
It's a rarity.
It's diagnosed.
By you.
Well, yeah.
Self-diagnosed.
Yes.
What else we got? Blake, whatever your name is.
All right, Neil, I want you to relax. Mm-hmm. I want you to think about a higher plane. Meow, God. John Wick inspired question. Would you prefer to be involved with the high table following every strict rules, or be under the table and still abide to certain rules, but free to freelance and etc.? What will your specialty be as a wet worker?
What's a wet worker?
Yeah, I need clarity. I've seen the two of the John Wick movies, but I don't know what
assassin.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's too highbrow for me. I don't want, just assassin, just killing person. That's all it is.
Killing person. Or a wet worker could be a prostitute. Maybe
that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, because my answer. I'm glad you told me first, because if you were thinking I was going to answer as like an assassin, and I'm like, well, I think my specialty as a wet worker would probably be oral. You would be like, wait, you're going to kill somebody? Well, the teeth, I guess.
Unless you go down on the queen, she's chalky.
Chalky. Like this. What are those little candies that are all chalky and nasty?
Pez?
They're like discs. Oh, they're little discs. Yeah, those. That's what the queen is. She's one of those dispensers.
Away from dispenser.
She shoots them out her bowling ball.
They're biscuits, okay?
You hear that, Basada?
Oh. Okay, she shoots them out her biscuits.
Yes, there you go.
I hope that answered your question, Meow God.
Yeah, recently Meow God is supposed to be taking us to higher planes, but it keeps backfiring. We just keep getting lower and lower.
Oh, what do we got next?
Yeah, I guess I'd be under the table and oral. That would be it.
Unless it's chalky.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to get sexy.
Neil is under the table. Neil, are you ready for your sexy time voice?
Oh, yeah.
Talk to me like a sex robot.
Please
That's all.
do your Nick Albright.
In your sexy robot voice.
Aren't you glad you wanted to be on?
Oh.
I almost answered like, yes.
He's on all right.
I'm excited to be turned on.
His nipple rings are hard. And they're in the other room. Talking dirty, Neil. You got this.
You want me to talk dirty to you now?
Yes! You're supposed to be asking the next Albright question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Getting interrupted.
Yeah. My favorite pizza topping. Oh, yeah. Is a nice, long, hard, not sliced pepperoni. That's when I'm feeling crazy.
You're supposed to ask the question first.
Sorry. What's I was all excited. Well, I'm going to do it backwards.
Oh, that's what she said. You are into butt stuff. Let's do it backwards.
What is your favorite? No, see? God damn it. Now you got me all flustered.
Talk butt stuff.
What's your go-to pizza topping? So you have to edit it now so that's in front.
That's not going to happen.
No.
Let me show you how a professional does it.
Yeah.
Oh, what about when you're feeling crazy, Jeff? Hashtag, I got some fresh sausage for you. Hashtag, barely a mouthful. Hashtag, butt stuff.
Yeah, that was not in there, the hashtag butt stuff.
I freelanced. What's your favorite pizza topping, Jeff? We're waiting for you.
Freelancing butt stuff?
I would say spicy sausage is my favorite pizza topping.
Really?
Yes.
I'm a pineapple guy.
I like pineapple. It's
I
not
do
my
too.
favorite.
Yeah. Neil, what are you?
I mean, pineapple
It is
is when I'm feeling
pepperoni.
crazy.
Pepperoni.
Yeah.
Blake, what are you?
Italian sausage.
Oh, yeah.
How do you eat an Italian sausage?
No teeth.
Blah.
You don't eat it. You mangia.
That was a horrible impression, and that's coming from me.
Hold on a second. I'm an Italian guy eating an Italian sausage. Hey, you mangia. It's me.
Oh, now I get it. Okay.
It's me, Mario. Because everybody that's Italian is named Mario.
I think that's the requirement.
Okay. Mario.
Is it Mario or Mario?
Mario.
It depends. Are you from New York?
No.
Then it's Mario.
Then it's Mario. Okay, so Mario is just like in Little Italy.
Or Long Island. The guy I knew I worked with from
okay,
Long
yeah, that
Island
makes sense.
called it Mario.
I
Mario.
listened to a podcast, and they were talking about the Mario Brothers movie from the late early 90s, the horrible one, and he kept saying Mario. And I'm like, no, stop it. It's Mario. God.
Unless you're a New York
He
Italian.
was.
Next, we got Brad at Cinema Persons.
Ooh.
He says, if you were a Smurf, which one would you be? Is this cartoon or live action?
Either one.
Whatever you want it to be.
Okay.
I would be Hoppy and Bitter. Either one. Not
So
sure.
Jason's bitter Smurf.
Bitter Smurf. Yeah. Neil?
I'd be glistening Smurf.
Oh, good call.
Definitely.
Good call.
Good call. Now, are we allowed to pick one that already exists?
Sure.
Because
Vanity.
Lazy Smurf is already there.
Is there a lazy Smurf?
There is a Lazy Smurf.
You can be
He's
Lazy
the one
Smurf.
always sleeping.
Okay.
You can be lazy Smurf.
That's my answer.
Blake would be Vanity. I could see him Vanity.
Sure.
I could see that.
Yeah, I'll be what's his name?
Vanity.
Vanity Smurf?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Gargamile.
How's my hair look?
Looks great.
All right, thanks.
It does look good.
I knew it did.
Yeah.
If you can only see me now, Neil.
What else we got?
We always finish with Professor Number One at Dr. Number One. It says, are you excited that Melissa McCarthy is replacing Steve Garvey as host of Little Big Shots?
I think you meant Steve Harvey, but I do want Steve Garvey, the ex-baseball player, as a little host of the
Yeah, I
Little
was
Big
gonna
Shots.
say-
Well, one, I had no clue what Little Big Shots was, but I went, Steve Garvey's hosting a program?
Yeah. I don't know what Little Big Shots is. Is it a drinking show?
No. Steve Harvey hosted this show about little brats that came on and they would show their talents.
God.
Yeah, it's about as bad as that. And they would tell funny stories. Think of Bill Cosby what was his show?
It's the darndest thing kids say or something like that.
Yeah, but with less rapey drugs in it. And
I'm not watching then. Hold on. Do the kids have teeth?
This is why the children's theater is.
Put the Rohypnol in the pudding pop.
Who are you, Blake?
I'm Bill Cosby.
Oh, okay, now I gotcha. I'm Bill Cosby. Put the pudding in the pudding pops. Yeah.
Someone's very angry with that pudding pop.
He is bitter.
Go to sleep, bitch.
Oh, boy.
Just don't want everybody to know that was not me.
See what I put up with every week?
Hey, guys, I'm Kevin Spacey. What you got? You got some kids in here? Hee. I'll do little big shots. Yeah. That felt like Kevin Spacey was here, Jeff. That was a good impression.
That wasn't mine.
That's what Kevin Spacey said. That kid in the dungeon, in the basement, that's not mine. That's not mine.
So to answer the question, no, I'm not excited that anyone is continuing Little Big Shots. And I doubt there'll be any sink shitting, so there's no need to have Melissa McCarthy.
Well, if she's not shitting in a sink, then I don't care.
All right, I'm watching.
I saw Godzilla this weekend and King of the Monsters.
And it was not good.
King of the Britons. And it was okay. But there was a preview for a Melissa McCarthy movie that takes place in the 70s, and she's like takes over the crime. Her and like two other women take over the crime, the city. Yeah, crime syndicate in Brooklyn. And it looks damn good.
Might be good.
I was like, finally, after 20 years, you picked a good movie, Melissa. Congratulations.
She's picked a couple good ones in there.
I don't think
haven't
so.
seen them.
I don't think so. I don't think so. So let's see here. We're going to do News of the Geek now. We usually have an intro, but we don't feel like stopping because we're having such a good time with Neil.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Neil, you're a singer. You want to do a News of the Geek song?
No. Isn't that the best guest ever? You just say, "Can you do this?" No, I don't want to do that.
Jason's got such a dejected look on his face when you said that.
This is why you don't win a floppy.
Oh. I don't.
No, forget it. Mood's past.
I can do the intro.
No, forget it. We're going to skip the first thing because we're, don't really care. Anyways, per the Hollywood Reporter,
now for number two.
Netflix is teaming with Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast for the first ever Magic the Gathering TV series. Joe and Anthony Russo, fresh off Avengers Endgame, which Neil stated, loved it, amazing, will executive produce the anime series. Anime, never mind. I was interested. An episode order and length of each installment is yet to be determined by Netflix, the creative team, and Wizards of the Coast, as they will let the storytelling drive these decisions.
Oh, boy.
If you're making a cartoon, you probably need a set amount, right? You can't just keep adding more, right?
Are you just trying to throw in that old, we need a beginning, middle, of an end to have a story? Come on.
He is. He's trying to ruin it.
Well, we got a beginning. Got an end. Nothing in the middle.
Well, let's see. They made these other great movies about Pokemon card games. Let's try Magic the Gathering.
Well, everybody's trying to reach out for the next fantasy thing since Game of Thrones is out.
It's not going to be Magic the Gathering because I never played that game.
So just because you've never played it, that's why it's not going to be popular.
If you've never played it,
because I've seen it.
Yeah, see, you every time Magic the Gathering's brought up, you're like, "Oh, it sucks. I hate it. Oh, I've never played it." And I'm like, dude, you're the type of person that should not get mad at people having fun playing a game, and because you should have been, ridiculed all your life because you played Dungeons and Dragons.
I have been ridiculed all my life.
Yeah, so why are you turning around ridiculing people for playing a game they like?
Because they're lower on the ladder.
Yeah,
you always mock the ones below you. Neil mocks us, we mock Besotted and Michael Leal, and it just trickles down.
It's the mocking trickle down.
I do.
So have you ever played Magic the Gathering, Neil?
I have not.
No, because Neil's had sex.
Oh my God. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I've always
sex or magic.
Both. I've always my big issue with Dungeons and Dragons, and probably with Magic, is just the time in space that they're in. Like I always thought, like if you could make Dungeons and Dragons like almost more like gang affiliated, where it was more in like an urban setting, and instead of dragons there were, I don't know, like 69 El Caminos and Impalas, and the guns were different, and I didn't feel like it was an old English time, I would totally be into it. So it's just a visual thing.
There was an RPG game called Gangbusters that you would probably enjoy. It's set in Roaring 20 Chicago.
Yeah, there you go. Like that would be
there's a
so I'm not opposed to the game. It's it's kind of like video games. Like you might be into one game more because of the look than the actual. But I think the idea of Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons is really cool because it's really creative. Dungeons and Dragons a little more, I think.
So you rather play Grand Theft Auto, is what you're saying, the Dungeons and Dragons version. Okay.
Yeah, totally. Or a Magic the Gathering version, yeah.
Or sex.
Or a sex version, sure.
Well, I meant you could have... Never mind. The mood's passed.
Could you imagine painting the figurines for the sex Dungeons and Dragons?
I got the nipple rings. Let's see here. The deal is the first
part.
Because they're so tiny.
That's right.
The deal is the first... speaking of that, not sex, not nipples. Never mind.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Let's go back. I got a thing on Facebook about Kickstarter games, some tabletop games. And there was this Western one, but it had like some demons in it, and it kind of looked really cool, and it had some figures. And I was like, oh, that's going to be expensive. But I clicked on it, and there's 25 days left. I forget what the name of it is. It takes place in a Western town, like 1800s. They have the guy with the 6-shooters and all that. And
Cowboys and demons?
Cowboys and demons, basically. But there's a big story to it. I thought, that's kind of cool. The first Kickstarter level, $299. Nope, I'm out.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry I even clicked on it.
Sounds like a game version of Winona Earp.
I'm sorry I even clicked on it.
I wait until it ends up in the used game section at the Gen Con vendors.
Well, the $299 is $299. That just gets your name on the box. You don't get anything. No.
You talking about sex again?
Yes. Well, it was $299, and then the next one was $499, and then there was an $800 or $700 one, and I think $1,000 one. And I'm like, this game hasn't even been played yet. I'm not spending $1,000.
Apparently all they need to do is sell one, and they fund it.
What's their goal? $225.
What were they at? Did it say?
They were, I think, 10%. For 5 days.
Wow, that's still a lot.
Trying to get people to throw $700 down on a board game is pretty tough to do.
Yeah, and I'm not getting... The first one was $299, and I'm like, is that $29.99? Nope, $299. I don't think my wife would go for that.
No, I don't think she would.
I think you'd get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 3 Kickstarters coming to us, and she's like, how many did you fund? I was like, I think I got like one more. They're coming. Don't worry about it.
I only sign up for the $20 level, honey.
I do, actually. Yeah. I get the 20 to 40.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The deal is the first time Magic the Gathering will be adapted for the screen after Fox, planned to adapt the card game for the big screen in 2014. That obviously did not happen.
It didn't.
That project, which had Game of Thrones grad Brian Cogman attached to it, along to write the script, and X-Men's, Simon Helberg, on board to executive produce, never got off the ground. Don't know why.
Well, the Russo brothers are pretty good, so a lot of people like their work. So maybe this will have a chance.
Yeah, the fact that the Russos are attached to it is the promising part of the whole thing.
Let's see here. It looks like everybody's trying to, like we talked about, try and get the fantasy thing. There's nearly 500 scripted original shows on TV and streaming services now.
Wow.
Netflix has remained aggressive in its attempt to build out new franchises. This is the best part. Inking deals with Mark Miller, who's made a lot of comic books, and the Roland Dahl Company, in which the streamer spent $1 billion on just the rights for the Dahl Company to build a kids franchise. They spent $1 billion. You know who's the happiest people? It's Dahl's kids.
Is this the newest bubble?
Yeah. Netflix is not going to be around in 5 years.
Well, there's a lot of money going out there for streaming, and now you think about that vacuum left by Game of Thrones that they're trying to find
Everybody has to find the next whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, Amazon has The Witcher, based on the video game and book series.
was that out yet?
At November, I think.
Okay.
And then they have Lord of the Rings coming out,
Yep.
which they spent $200 million for the rights.
In the second age of Middle Earth,
Yes. I don't know what you mean.
there were Ents back then too, Jason.
Oh, I can't wait for Walking Trees. And then, so Amazon probably thinks, I'm sorry, you spent $1 billion for Dolls Company? Yeah, we got a good deal on the Lord of the Rings.
We spent $2 billion.
Only $200 million.
All right. I just want to back up a second.
Yes.
You were reading and you said X-Men Simon Helberg. I'm like, I thought it was Simon Kinberg.
Yeah, it might be.
And yeah, but I'm just like, whoever wrote this article, I'm like, Simon Helberg, he was in Big Bang Theory. He played Wallowitz in Big Bang Theory. I don't think he was the guy that produced X-Men movies.
Simon Helberg, Simon Henberg, Steve Garvey, Steve Harvey. Who cares?
Yeah.
Hackney,
Hackney.
we need you to check these a little better next time.
Intern Hackney. Anyways, moving on. Per Yahoo, speak of X-Men. Oh, Neil, I know you're a big movie guy.
I am.
Are you going to go see Dark Phoenix this weekend?
Already saw it.
Really? How
Yeah.
bad?
I saw it. I saw it 3 months ago. Mm-hmm. One of the best movies of the year.
Well, it's probably a different movie now because they had to do reshoots in the last 3 months.
Even with that, still best movie of the year.
Okay. Let's see here.
Who is Dark Phoenix?
Jean Grey.
Sansa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you watch Game of Thrones?
Sansa Stark.
Do I watch Game of Thrones?
Did you?
Seen all of them 17 times. Loved every second of it. No, I've never seen an episode.
I've seen 2.
Yeah,
I
not,
grew up-
and I'm not doing I just, as you know, I don't watch a lot of stuff, so that was just something that wasn't on my.
It was
Not on the Hallmark
Hallmark.
channel.
That's right.
Okay, that was in stereo.
I
That's
wanted
scary.
to see. I heard there was a Red Wedding episode, and I'm like, that sounds like something I'd be into.
Yes.
And
You should
people were
look
like,
up that episode.
probably not what you're going to expect, and I'm like, all right.
Next week on Hallmark, Hallmark original movie, The Red Wedding. Let's see here, starring Rodney Peete and Robin Givens.
That's right, Robin Givens.
She's not doing anything else.
On Hallmark there is Meet the Peets.
You
Rodney.
know what that is?
It's Rodney Peets. Yeah, it's Rodney and Holly Robinson Pete's family. It's actually really good. You guys should check it out. Pretty solid.
That's not going to happen, but okay.
No,
You know what? I actually saw it and I loved it.
I thought it was amazing.
Granted, I say I was always a fan of Holly Robinson since the 21 Jump Street days.
I was going to say hanging with Mr. Cooper.
When your back is to the wall. Yeah, and and Rodney Pete's, he's a good guy.
Oh, now you sing.
21 Jump Street.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Yeah. Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Yeah.
That's not how the song goes.
Yeah, I think it did in 3rd season. Anyways, X-Men Dark Phoenix is going to suck. They had to do a lot of reshoots. Reason is, I'm just paraphrasing from Yahoo UK. Basically, Michael Fassbender said they had a lot of parallels with another superhero movie. The rumor is Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel did it better and had a better ending with the space battle. Spoilers.
And did it first.
Yes. And then the X-Men movie was like, oh, fuck. That's pretty similar. So instead of having the final battle in space, which makes sense because the Dark Phoenix is like an alien force, no, they're going to do it on a train. So it
Is this like Strangers on a Train?
sliding doors.
Is it like Throw Mama from the train?
Ooh. I could be like, Owen!
Throw Dark Phoenix from the train.
Owen!
Is this going to be like the Orient Express?
That's what I was thinking. It's a murder mystery. Dark Phoenix kills one of you. Did she?
Oh no, the avalanche we're stuck in.
All 12 of them killed her.
All 12 of them killed Dark Phoenix.
Man, this movie's going to suck, right? They're expecting 45 to 55 million opening week.
Wow, that much.
Yeah, they said that's they're hoping.
I may see it.
I still want to see it. I don't know if I'll see opening week, but I'll still see it.
I'd rather jab my eyes with a pen than see this movie.
Here's a pen.
Well, no, you got to put me in front of a theater first.
Oh.
On a side note, you want to go see it, Jeff? Because it's going to be bad. Let's see here. Quickies. Robert Pattinson is officially hired as Batman for the new film that will be released in 2021.
All I have to say on that is take that, Michael Liao.
I don't understand the hate for this.
I don't either.
Well, was
I didn't either.
Mikael Leal up for the role?
Oh, maybe
Yeah,
that was,
Michael
maybe
Leal
that's
was
why he's angry that Robert Pattinson got it.
No, Robert Pattinson, I don't understand, like, yeah, he was in Twilight. I get that. That's like saying Leonardo DiCaprio sucks because he was in Titanic.
Titanic did suck.
Yeah, but it wasn't Leo's fault. If you got paid that much money to do Titanic or any of those crappy films, I would do it.
Oh, fuck yeah, especially before you're famous.
Yeah.
Ain't a roll around with a naked Kate Winslet?
Not Kristen Stewart, though.
And I would think that making Titanic was probably fun, and I would think making all those Twilight movies was probably kind of fun too. So, I mean, if that's your job, why wouldn't you take the jobs that seem fun that are going to pay you some money?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he can't be Batman or won't be a good Batman.
And the other thing is, too, it was guaranteed 4 movies for Pattinson when he did Twilight. Of course he's going to sign.
Yeah, and they were super freaking popular. Now all the people that paid all that money to go see him and buy those giant cups with their faces on the side of them at the freaking movie theater are all like, "Oh, I'm above this." No, you're not, you little wing nut. You loved it. Shut up.
That's right.
It's like, it didn't make $17 billion because no one went to go see it.
So were you team Jacob or team
Edward.
Edward?
I was Jacob because I like my vampires evil, so I didn't like that part.
Oh,
So
okay, I got you.
Jacob.
Did you see the baseball scene?
I saw all the movies, all of them.
Wow.
I read the books too.
Neil, do you ever think you might just have bad taste?
I thought you were going to say, Neil, you ever think it just might be gay?
No, we fully support that. We don't fully support bad taste.
I have terrible taste. Absolutely.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah. My taste is all over that. I mean, I like stumble upon some things like, you guys podcasting on Elise that are good. And everyone's like, oh, wow. But then most of the things in my life, people are like, what is wrong with you?
I get that a lot with Riverdale.
You don't watch that, do you?
No, I haven't seen it. That's the modern version of
Archie.
Archie. Yeah, no, I haven't seen it. I take it. Is it good? Is it fun?
It's amazing.
Well, it's terrible, but if you liked Twilight, you might like Riverdale.
No.
What if I like The Flash?
No.
The TV show. Yeah.
Riverdale doesn't compare to Flash.
Oh, all right.
Flash is good. Riverdale, not so much.
Neil, I do
It's
hear
very
you.
angsty and dramatic.
Yeah, and I hear you talk about The Flash sometimes on your show, and I go, what is wrong? Stop it. No, stop watching The Flash. Stop it.
I had to feel something when I stopped watching Gotham, so.
I'm the fastest guy in town. Oh, this guy's in this week. Oh, I'm second fastest. Oh, third fastest. Oh, fourth fastest. Will I ever get my speed back? I don't know, Barry. Shut up.
I'm no longer that fast.
Stop it, Barry. Just stop it. Let's see here. According to Forbes, the film Supergirl will be starting production during the first quarter of 2020, alongside the Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson's Batman film. Casting of Kara Zor-El should be revealed in the coming months. Makes a 2021 release date similar to the Batman, very likely. Not many details are known, obviously, by this horrible article by Forbes. But it is rumored that Warner Brothers is looking for a female director to shoot the film, in addition to making Kara the new face of the DCEU. Hi, they have Captain Marvel and Marvel. Let's go make Supergirl.
They can make Supergirl.
She's more interesting than Superman.
Well, everyone's more interesting than Superman. He's like the most boring superhero ever.
He is pretty bad. So,
what's your weakness? Green rocks.
Stop throwing them at me. Is it any green rocks or just kryptonite?
What's in your pocket? I got a green rock.
The little green pebbles.
If that was your only weakness, wouldn't you spend most of your time coming up with a way to get rid of just that?
I'm impressed by how many green kryptonite rocks fall to Earth. In this whole galaxy, this is what falls to Earth. How is that possible?
Because they came along with the Superman's ship.
Bullshit.
That's how it was explained in Smallville.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what is Supergirl's weakness? Is it a green rock?
Oh, baby.
It would be the same
you
thing.
know it is. Wait, what?
No, the right answer is
Diamond?
Left nipple?
Oh.
I censored myself, Neil.
Oh, nice.
We'll tell you when we're not recording.
We do have sponsors.
Right,
we do try to censor.
Yeah.
Let's see. Speaking of sponsors, hey, Neil.
Yeah.
What are you doing September 20th through the 22nd?
I don't know if I'm back from Jamaica yet.
Well, you're still closer to the Cincinnati Comic Expo than Blake is. Jeff, what are you doing?
I will be at the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Me too. We'll be playing trivia at our booth and having fun. September 20th through the 22nd, Cincinnati Comic Expo at the Duke Energy Convention Center. Stop on by, say hi to us. While you're saying hi to Alan Tudyk and 3 other people from the cast of The Firefly. Who are they, Jeff?
Marina Baccarin, Jules State, and Sean Marr.
Yeah, look at that. Just announced.
Jay Moore is going to be there?
No, not Jay Moore. Not Jay Moore. Oh. He will be, but he'll be just attendee.
He'll be ushing.
He'll be selling hard pretzels outside out of
a shopping cart. That guy did look familiar. And also, just announced today from Source Point Press, Dirk Manning.
All right.
You know what? He wrote a book with the other guests, the Harp Twins.
The Harp Twins will be there playing music.
Look at that. So, come on by. We also have Ernie Hudson that's going to be there from Ghostbusters. So, that's going to be good.
Nice.
Yeah, I was pretty excited about that one.
So, I'm canceling Jamaica. I'll be there.
You know what? You have a seat at the booth. Come on by.
Oh, nice.
Blake's not there, so come on by.
Bring my big tooth to sex robot with me.
This is the part that
they might not get through the door.
Yeah, well, it's cosplay.
Yeah.
Ben McKenzie will be there from Gotham. Commissioner Gordon. Is he Commissioner Gordon in the final episode?
I don't think he ever got commissionership, but I didn't watch the final episode. It didn't matter because it was preempted locally because of weather.
Oh, Neil, did you watch the final episode of Gotham?
No.
Okay.
Really? I thought you were committed. You even did a podcast on it.
I should have been committed for watching the first season.
Well, check out Ben McKenzie at the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
That's not his fault.
True or false?
He's a good actor, yeah.
True or false? That was the worst police force ever.
True.
Okay. Well, we have a cast of 500 police officers.
I don't know. The Hazard County police force trying to chase those crazy Duke boys around was pretty bad, too.
Yeah, but none of them died.
That's true. Gotham died.
Good point.
Roscoe and Enos were the best. Come on.
They were the nicest ticket writers.
Yeah.
Gotham PD had like name tags just because they would rip them off and give them to somebody else every time someone died. Just keep going. It's fine.
When I was a kid, I thought it was Roscoe P. Cole Train.
P. Cole?
I'm like, how does he get the name P. Cole?
Roscoe P. Cole
name?
Train.
Yeah.
I thought for a second you said peephole.
Yeah.
Anyways, get your tickets at CincinnatiComicExpo.com or follow them on Facebook or follow us on History of Bad Ideas and you'll see all the updates. And there you go, September 20th through the 22nd.
Use the promo code Hobie for 25% off.
We can't confirm that.
People are going to be banging it in there going, what the heck?
I heard that somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's do some box office news.
And welcome to the Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast. I'm Sean.
And I'm Ian.
Hey, Ian.
Yeah.
Did you know you could find us on the Danger Entertainment Network?
Danger.
Danger Entertainment. That's right.
Sounds dangerous.
It is. It's a tad bit dangerous. You'd be shocked to find that out. You know, there's a bunch of great podcasts you can find there. Our friends from the History of Bad Ideas podcast, Who to What Now, Besotted Geek. No, they retired. That's right. They retired. But there are a bunch of other great podcasts you can find there, along with us. You know, we're the Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast, and we do pop culture and chili cheese dogs and whatever else floats our fancy.
Yeah.
Check us out.
For sure.
For sure. We're on most podcatchers, so give us a look.
Peace.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
All right, box office news. What do we got here? Per 411mania.com, Godzilla, King of the Monsters had an okay start, but on the low end of expectations. It ranked well below the 98.2 million start for the first film in the rebooted franchise and below the 61 million set by 2017's Kong, Skull Island. Internationally, it also opened below expectations with 130 million. It was expected to get as high as 170 to 200 million. Godzilla found itself amidst a very crowded marketplace, and reviews weren't stellar. 39% on Rotten Tomatoes did appear to have an impact. A B+ on CinemaScore is good, but the same as Godzilla and Skull Island. But unlike those films, the word of mouth did not help. King of the Monsters proved to be front-loaded through the weekend, and that's not a good sign. The budget is a hefty $170 million plus marketing.
It was, I enjoyed it. I thought the monster fights were great. There was a lot more monster fights this movie. I still like Kong Skull Island better than any of them. I like the first Godzilla, and I'm a sucker for these. And this was one of my most anticipated films of the summer, even more than Avengers.
I heard the monster fights were good, but anytime they centered around human stories, it was terrible.
Yeah, and they kind of focused on the human stories a little too much. The daughter, who was 11 from Stranger Things.
Oh, yes.
She's in it, and she was okay. And then you get to the last half, and you're like, she's annoying. Let her die. So I had no desire to see. She was horrible at the end. Her character, I should say. And I liked it, but like I said, it will be interesting. You do get to see a lot of the Titans that come out of the ground. So that was fun. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And set up Kong versus Godzilla next. Comes out next year.
Was Mecha Streisand in it?
I won't spoil it, but there could be a mecha soon.
Would there be a Pacific Rim versus Godzilla?
No. Different different companies.
Doesn't mean they can't team up.
Nobody wants to see another Pacific Rim.
Guillermo del Toro does.
Never mind.
They made 2.
They shouldn't have, but they did. They did make 2.
But the good news is Godzilla, King of the Monsters, was number 1 this week at the box office with $40 million in its opening week. Unfortunately, its budget was $170.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh.
Aladdin made another $42.5 million, a total of $185 million. That got its budget back in 2 weeks.
Fuck this movie.
Neil, you seen Aladdin?
Yeah, best movie of the year.
All right.
Yeah, pretty solid.
The genie has a fucking family.
Yeah, well, it's sure.
Spoilers, Genie did say from Saudi, now of Hobie, sorry. Genie of Hobie did say that he only gets the family at the end when he becomes human.
He becomes human?
Spoiler alert.
Oh.
Sorry.
Wow.
Jeez.
Spoilers for a film from 1992.
He didn't become human in the film from 1992.
Yeah, he does.
He just became free.
No, he was the salesman at the beginning of the movie. They've confirmed that.
Yeah.
So that was human.
Or he just could take on the appearance of being human.
Well, whatever.
Jeez. Anyway, Rocket Man made $25 million in its opening weekend on a $40 million budget.
My parents saw this. They liked it. It was a lot more artsy than they thought it was going to be.
Really? They did not see the preview?
I guess they did not. My parents are 70-something years old. That
movie was artsy.
Who's this John Elton guy? But anyways, they said, because they saw Bohemian Rhapsody, they said it's not a straight film like that biography. No. They said, but they really liked it, and they said...
Neither of these are straight films.
I don't get it.
Thank you.
Be here all day?
Yeah, well, yeah, most of it anyway.
Yeah. So they said it was good, but, there you go.
I want to see Rocket Man.
I do, too.
Yeah.
I heard it's not exactly what you think. It is an Elton John movie, but it's like Elton John in his
That's
imagination.
fine.
Kind of deal.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a fantasy based off of a true story, or based off of a true fantasy.
And Taron Egerton, Kingsman, he does his own singing in this movie.
Yeah.
That's what here. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And they say he's pretty good.
I want to see this. Actually, I wanted to see all 3 movies that came out this week: Godzilla, Rocket Man, and what's next?
Ma made $18 million in its opening weekend on a $5 million budget. Boom.
Octavia Spencer.
We're putting in all the monies there. Look at that. Tripling its budget.
It looked good. It looked fun.
I have no idea what this... I've never heard of this movie.
It's a revenge story.
Yeah, it's a revenge story. It's all the teenage...
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, teenage high schoolers. They're trying to get this woman to buy beer for them at a gas station, and she's an older woman. And she decides, she went ahead and did it. And then she's like, come on back to my house, which is always a good sign. And she opens up her basement, her finished basement to like all the teenagers at the high school to drink and have sex and have do drugs.
And
place.
all the pudding pops have Rohypnol in them.
Yes.
Oh.
Now more rapey. And they said, and then she's like, just don't come upstairs. And then I think what the story is that basically all these teenagers, basically Ma is getting revenge on their, is killing them to get revenge on the parents of the kids that teased her in high school is what it looks like.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, killing kids. That sounds great. Neil.
Yeah.
It's a feel-good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Octavia Spencer is in it, and she looks like she does a great job as usual.
Cool.
What else you got, Jeff?
Number 5, John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum, made $11 million, a total of $126 million on a $55 million budget.
Good for Keanu.
Hey, what's the kill total in that movie?
A lot.
He's killed more than Jason.
$26 million.
He's killed more than Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, and who's the other one? Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Scarface, Leatherface combined.
Well, it'd be kind of easy because all they're doing is killing teenagers on sexcapade weekends. I mean, he's just going on a shooting rampage.
Wouldn't you
right?
avoid the weekend if it's called Sexcapade Weekend if you know you're going to get killed?
Well, you don't know you're going to get killed. They don't say slaughtering during Sexcapade Weekend.
Now with more killing.
I would still risk it.
You know, those are actually morality movies.
Yeah. Like I said, I would risk it.
Well, upcoming June 7th, we have X-Men: Dark Phoenix.
Fuck this movie.
And The Secret Life of Pets 2.
Fuck this movie.
So Jason's going to 2 movies this weekend.
My wife, we were watching TV last night, and she's like, I have seen 7 different trailers for Secret Life of Pets 2, and I still don't know who's in it or what the plot is, because she's like, I feel like I've seen a different character each time, and I still don't know what's going on.
But you're not supposed to know what's going on. You have to watch the movie to find out what's going on.
I don't even know what the plot is.
It's a secret life of pets.
It's
2.
in the title.
My bad. My bad. My bad. Kevin and Hart's bunny dresses up like a superhero. I don't know why.
It's Super Bunny.
With razor-sharp teeth.
Big teeth.
All right, buy, sell.
The stock.
The stock of the career of these actors. Kyle Chandler, currently going for $59.25.
Neil?
Sell.
I agree. I would sell Kyle Chandler
would too.
stock. That's kind of high for him.
Blake?
Who's Kyle Chandler?
He was in Friday Night Lights and Godzilla.
Sell.
Big chain. Okay, everyone's selling.
Octavia Spencer is going for $39.26.
How is she lower than Kyle Chandler?
That's a buy.
Because women are lower than men?
I'm
not saying it
is
should
that
be
actually
that way,
75% of the value of
Stop
Kyle
it.
Chandler?
Yeah, I think it's bullshit that she's so much lower. I'm buying too, Neil.
Buy.
I'd be buying Octavia Spencer.
Stock.
Yeah, stock. Stock in the career of Octavia Spencer.
Yes.
Taron Egerton.
Short sell.
He's at $90.77.
Ooh, that's high.
That's way too high for him.
This got to be his peak right here, so I'm gonna have to sell while he's high.
Neil?
I would sell or hold. I know hold isn't an option.
It's not an option.
Not
You
an
do this every
option.
time.
That's how I live my life.
I'm not following your options, Jason.
So, yeah, sell.
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 Hey, we all agreed. Yay!
That seldom happens.
Neil,
Yes.
would you like to sing some top 5 music?
Top 5 music for you. There you go.
I wish you would have said no.
It was better than any music Jason made up on the
Top
spot.
5! Top 5! Heifer Bison!
See, that's what Jason does. Heifer Bison has nothing to do with our top 5.
Top 5! I hate this top 5. I fucking hate this top 5. Top 5 this week is favorite musician.
Aren't you the one that comes up with the top 5 every week?
Well, yeah, because no fucking host will come up with a top 5.
No fucking hosts.
I like this top 5. I came up with 5.
Intern Hackney doesn't come up with that.
I started writing it, and then I couldn't stop, and then I had to force myself to stop and pay the bill so I can get here on time.
Okay, Neil,
Yeah.
give me a top 5 for next week that we have to do.
Because you're a musician, that's why we picked this top 5 this
Yeah,
week.
but I'm asking him to do a top 5 for us next week. What should it be our top 5?
Top 5 favorite Neil podcasts.
Have you done like top 5 Italian dishes?
We have not.
We have not, but
There you
we
go.
can.
That's our top 5 next week.
There you go.
I like this idea. Every guest we have on, they tell us the top 5 for next week.
It's sponsored by a Mario.
Well, when we used to do the favorite 5 that we stole from you, whenever we had guests, we made them pick it.
I know. And then Who the What Now? They just got renewed on the Danger Entertainment Network.
They got approved for season 2.
Yeah, they started going, well, we like your buy-sell stuff on stock of actors. We're going to do that, too, if you don't mind. Well, I guess.
I gave them permission.
I know. No one ever does a top 5. We were so original.
Yeah.
Aren't we getting paid royalties in IOU?
No.
It was pretty breaking the first time I heard you guys do it. I'm like, people should make lists. I think this would be a good thing. I think this will catch on. And it did. You guys started a revolution.
We started lists. They weren't made before us.
Let me explain. 283 episodes later, it is now getting down to top 5 Italian dishes with top 5 is becoming. That is probably the best top 5 we're going to have in like 6 months.
We should steal the Hollywood ideas and start doing top 5 reboots of our top 5s.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, we're doing top 5 musicians.
Or how about we do a top 5 favorite top 5 lists we made?
It's too
Yeah,
difficult.
there you go.
Episode 300. Top 5 favorite top 5
meta.
Annalise wanted to do that. She wanted to do our favorite 5 or favorite 5. And I'm like, I can't go back through 200 and something shows and look at our lists of favorite 5s. And no.
I'll be honest. By the end of this episode, I forget what we're doing. And when I send something out on Twitter last week, I was like, come take a listen, blah, blah, blah. We did top 5 favorite fantasy characters. I sent it out. 10 minutes later, I'm like, that wasn't our top 5.
It wasn't?
Not last week.
Oh.
It was a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh. And I've done that many times. Like, that's not what we did. Son of a bitch.
Well, you do that when you send it out 2 minutes after we're done recording. You're like, we talked about this. No, we didn't.
Well,
You thought we were going to talk about that, but we never got around to it.
Concussions. Top 5 favorite musicians. Neil, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Heno of Ida Heno.
Oh, that's my number 5.
He's nice.
Put it on the board.
But you got it. But my number 5's tied with Dr. Bednar.
Oh.
I had an honorable mention for him.
Dr. Nazi.
Political.
Dr. Nazi.
No, he's not.
Oh, whatever. You got swastika beer over there. Okay, so simmer down.
Well, I will say-
because you said it was boring, so I had to spice it up.
That's not spicy.
Well, see, you're excited.
No.
But I will agree.
If I ever have a dinner with Blake and he says, do you want that spicy? I'm going to be like, no. I'm good. Thanks.
How spicy do you want it? Less
Yeah.
than swastikas.
Yeah.
It's not as spicy.
But anyway, going back to Heno and Dr. Bednar, they should be our favorite musicians since they wrote music for us.
Correct.
And Neil just did too.
And Neil's on the list.
Uh-oh.
My number 5?
No, we didn't let Neil finish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
'Cause I
So
interrupted him.
Heno is the one who helped me when I started playing guitar and has been a huge part of not only my life musically, but also my life personally. And I love the songs he writes and how he plays. So I very much enjoy it and a huge inspiration and influence in my musical career. So he gets the number 5 slot.
You know what? He's going to tie for my number 5 too because he did the 12 Days of Hobie for us.
He did.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and you know what? We've never had him on the show. I mean, he's provided us with soundboards, microphones.
He has
inspiration.
He's a good musician, terrible podcast guest,
Yeah.
though.
We invited him on. He was
I'm
doing
kidding.
a Midwest tour, but decided to skip our town. So I don't feel all that bad.
You know how I said earlier 5 people asked to be on the show? He's one of them.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, man, you dissed Heno?
Actually, I think I might have invited him. I don't know. It's gotten
He's
confusing.
probably waiting for your call right now.
No, I told him, give me some Tuesdays you're available, and I haven't heard back. Anyways, moving on. My number 5 is Heno, because he has abs of steel.
His long flowing hair.
He does.
Unless he cut it again.
And he's tied with my number 5, Green Day.
That's not a music.
I hope he did.
Name Green Day.
Green and Day. And Dookie.
One. Just name one name
Ryan.
from one of the guys
Ryan.
in the band. Ryan?
Yeah.
No.
Ryan.
Yeah. Bill. I don't know music.
You're close.
Brian.
Keep going with B names. You'll get there.
Bill. Bobby.
Go? No, Bill.
Butaki. Bushong.
Bill. You got Bill.
Oh, yeah, Bill, yeah. Chris? Evan? Woody?
We can go on for days.
They're his favorite musician.
Peter, Paul, Mary? Yeah, I do love Green Day, though. I love their music. There
Wake
you
me
go.
up when September ends.
So, yeah. I don't know music. I don't know music. I got through the top 4. I was like, I don't know anyone else.
I picked the 4 I knew.
I like a lot of bands. Number 5 for you, Jeff.
He likes Lamp.
He's
Carpet.
loved.
My number 5,
Wall.
I picked Steve Harris. He is the bass player and leader and founder of Iron Maiden.
Yeah. Nice.
They were like the band of my youth, and I still consider him the best rock bass player in the history of rock and roll music.
Okay.
Nice.
Very good. All right, yeah. So my top 5 favorite musicians, I stuck primarily with musicians, not musical performers.
Oh.
And
Well, you take the high road.
I had to rapidly follow them, not only after like one album or a one hit wonder, but long term. They had to go long term in their careers for me to enjoy them.
You
Now,
have
with
a
that-
stricter
with that-
guideline than the Rock and Roll Hall of
do.
Fame.
I do. My Hall of Fame's a lot more
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
legit.
doesn't have is very open.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, my Hall of Fame's legit. But, I'm starting off number 5 with Heno and Bednar, of course.
Of course. Your number 4, Blake.
My number 4, this number 4, I call it my female pairing because I like female musicians just as well, and I've spent lots of times and many albums with Liz Phair and Kristen Hirsch.
Oh, nice.
With Throwing Muses and all that kind of stuff. Over the years, they've put albums out and listened to. Thank you, Neil, for your validation.
Of course.
Yeah. So I
What about Green Day?
lots of time. I did like the album Dookie.
American Idiot's better.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like a play. It's like a musical.
It was foreshadowing.
What's your
Okay,
number 4?
My number 4, I have Annie Lennox.
Oh, solid.
Divinals?
No, the Eurythmics.
Oh, whatever. It
and
was
then
something like
Solo, and I mean,
I'm just impressed you knew about the Divinals.
that. I touched
Well,
myself.
I touched myself.
Oh, God.
When I think about
Yeah,
you,
that's a no,
I touch
please.
myself. Sex robot.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, Annie Lennox is one of my favorite all-time singers and songwriters, and she can do no wrong.
She did Sex Robot. Number 4 for me is he would be higher, but I love the other 3 better. John Bon Jovi. John Bon Jovi.
No.
Shot to the heart, and you're to blame. So I haven't done this in a while. I'm going to have to start getting back to it. Neil, would you like to explain to the listeners?
I really
what
hate when I have to play Dead or Alive on Rock Band in order to get through the set.
It's awesome.
I really hate that song.
It's better than the one he just sang.
Shot to the heart.
No, I actually prefer Jason's version.
No one's ever said that, even my wife.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Neil, can you explain to the listeners what I sometimes send you, and I'm going to have to get back to doing this more often, on voicemail sometimes?
You send me the singing Bon Jovi songs.
When a Bon Jovi song comes on, I get my recorder on text message, and I record it, and I put it up to the radio, and I start singing along with it.
Yeah.
I don't say anything else. I just sing, and I send it to Neil.
Yeah. The first time I was like, what the frick is going on? And then I'm like, I get it.
And then I just continue. I haven't done that in a while. I'm going to have to do that.
No. Gotta get back
Neil,
on.
I extend you my sympathies.
What I like it is sometimes it's like just yelling the lyrics.
That's his singing.
That just fully yell. I'm like, he is really angry about this song right now.
No, that's just me singing.
Yeah.
When I can't sing well, I sing loud.
That's my
awesome.
mantra.
Yes. Neil, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Tori Amos, the piano playing musician, crazy lady.
I loved her in 90210.
Yes, she was pretty solid. She was pretty
Yes.
good.
I like Tori Amos. She's very good, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3?
Oh, I forgot. Yes. Bob Marley.
We serpentine on our lists.
That's right. Bob Marley. Now, and a little bit about my 5. I just went because I knew I could go on for days. I went with the first 5 that came to mind.
Yeah.
So,
and the reason why you go to Jamaica?
One of the reasons, yeah. I mean, it's funny. I wasn't a huge Bob Marley fan before I started going to Jamaica, although, now I've been going for over 20 years. But as I listened to it, it was always something in the background, just something you hear. But as I started listening to it more like as a musician and breaking down the lyrics and the story and learning more about his life and a lot of the political stuff in Jamaica when he was writing those songs, I really got hooked on him as a musician. Takes a lot of fun out of the songs too.
I thought it was because he was a good soccer player.
That was it. Just a fan
That's
of Toki.
why he's one of my favorite musicians, because he's good. Well, Steve Harris is a good soccer player too.
Yeah, that's right. Aren't all of Iron Maiden pretty decent?
Yeah.
Although I don't know
When they're on
if
tour,
McBain-
when they're on tour, they challenge local soccer clubs, them and their entourage or whatnot.
The drummer with one arm can play soccer? Well,
Oh, God.
You can. Go
He
to
probably can. He's probably a good soccer player
Probably a
too.
really good soccer player. He won't get in trouble for handballs.
Yeah.
handling balls. My number 3 is the King. Oh, all shook up. Elvis Presley.
Okay, my number 3.
He was a performer.
Yeah, that's fine.
Did he
I know
actually
he stole.
write
I know
any
he
of those
stole a lot.
songs and
No, I
music?
know he stole a lot of the music. But I love Elvis Presley. I picked it based on the entertainers,
shit.
the musicians that make me happy when I need a good song.
Okay.
Wow, and you picked Elvis.
Oh, it gets better.
You got to win this race.
Yeah, Elvis, we need some lemonade. We need some lemonade. That cool, refreshing drink.
I'm going to die at the toilet.
In the ghetto.
And a poor boy sings.
My number 3, I decided to pick Dave Grohl.
Oh, that's a good one.
He's on my honorable mention list.
Okay.
I'm going to put him as my number 3 as well.
I would say he's probably got more talent.
Yeah,
than
I
your
do
first
like
number
Dave
3.
He pretty much Nirvana didn't get anywhere until he joined the band. Then they became famous. And then when they were no more, he
Showed everybody he could play
pretty
guitar.
Much, he pretty much
Everybody's like, he can play guitar?
the first album he
Yeah.
was every musician on the album, and then pretty much built a band that is probably my favorite band of the last 25 years.
I do love Foo Fighters. I've seen them with you.
Yep.
Well, it's kind of interesting. Before he went full time with the Foo Fighters, was it the guy that's in the band with him, the drummer or whatever? So he was
Slash?
No, not Slash. He was wavering between Foo Fighters and just being another guy. He was uncomfortable being the lead, but he was playing with some other bands. I can't remember who it was.
Queens of the Stone Age.
Queens of the Stone Age. He was going on tour with them, and finally, I believe it was the drummer was like, "Hey, Dave, are we Foo Fighters or are you their guys' guitarist?" And he made the decision. He basically made him make the decision to be Foo Fighters, and then the rest is history.
Blake was
Taylor Hawkins is the guy who plays drums for the Foo Fighters.
It may have been him. Yeah,
And he got his start as Alanis Morissette's drummer.
yeah.
She's my number 4. Tied.
Oh, tight. Okay. She's an honorable mention for me, though.
Oh, okay. Me too.
I'm sorry, Neil. Were you going to interject?
I said it's a good choice that he went with the Foo Fighters.
Oh, yes, we agree.
Yeah.
My number 3, Blake.
My number 3, I have a tie because if you say these individual names, they are the driving force behind their bands, right? So
Debbie Gibson, Tiffany.
tied is Trent Reznor, 9 Inch Nails, and Matt Johnson for the.
Okay.
Next, number 2, pretty much all by himself, but many of his collaborations over the past couple decades. And finally, in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Robert Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Might as well
Thank
admit
you.
it. You're addicted to love.
No, that's not Robert Smith.
No, that's not even Robert Plant. That's Robert Palmer.
And I even fucked that up a couple weeks ago, and I thought I
Correct.
fixed it.
No.
Although the women in white black dresses with the goth and the slick back, yeah, that's kind of Cure-ish,
Yeah.
Robert Smithy-ish.
No, Robert
But-
Smith is best known as the person who defeated Mecca Streisand.
Robert Palmer
Yeah, that's right.
died.
South Park.
Wait, who am I talking about?
No, Robert Plant.
Robert Plant is from
Palmer.
Zeppelin.
Robert Palmer. He did pass away, didn't he?
I think
Palmer
Yeah.
died. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was actually a big music producer in, was it reggae, wasn't he, in Jamaica?
I don't think he was just addicted to love.
No, he wasn't just addicted to love, but that was like one of those interesting gigs about him. Yeah. All right, yeah, Robert Smith. I mean, can't go wrong with him.
Addicted to love. Number 2 for you, Jeff.
Number 2 is my favorite guitar player of all time is David Gilmour of Pink Floyd.
Okay.
My number 2 is Since You've Been Gone, Kelly Clarkson. I love Kelly Clarkson. I really do.
What?
And
Just
anybody else that's on American Idol that he just saw.
I love Justin Guarini and the Velvet Teddy Bear.
You've seen American Idol seasons 1 and 2.
Yes. Oh, like you can name anyone after season 10.
wow, throwing down the gauntlet right there.
Bam! I'm like, I could probably go up to season
Lambert?
8,
What about
but
Adam Lambert?
I think he's before season 10.
Oh. Ryan Seacrest? Is he a singer?
No.
But it counts.
Come on, Neil. You gotta love Kelly Clarkson, right?
Yeah, not really.
Hey,
I mean, I don't have
inches,
anything
though.
against her. I'm just not a huge Kelly Clarkson fan.
I love Kelly. Love Kelly Clarkson.
Skinny Kelly or Big Kelly?
I don't care. Room for everybody. Love it.
I think she's. What's the show she's a judge on? The Voice.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple clips. I think she's fun. She's fun. She seems like a cool person to, if you were to work with a musician like that. I think she'd be fun.
I agree with that.
My wife went to her concert, and my wife is not like a huge fan. Like she likes her, but anything. But she got free tickets from her one friend, and she's like,
Your wife only has one friend.
yeah, one friend. She's married to me, so yeah,
Yeah, Jason drove most of her friends away.
yeah.
Wow.
I drive everyone away. Neil. Anyways, she said that it was kind of interesting to like she would bring back like her backup singers. She would let them shine, like do most of the song, like do a couple of things here
I
and there.
paid to see Kelly Clarkson, not Kelly Clarkson's backup singer.
That just sounds lazy.
Yeah. What'd you do? Lip sync too?
Fuck all of you. Anyways, Neil, what's your number 2?
That's like the Adele and Sia trick. When you come to the really high parts, you have the audience sing. Sing
Oh shit, I forgot about Adele. She's my number 5.
My number 2 is Nikki Sixx. And again, just because of being a kid and being into that, and that was one of the reasons, being into the crew, and one of the reasons I wanted to play bass. And then realized that it wasn't nearly as much fun as I thought it was going to be. So I'm like, I think guitar might be a little more fun.
Because he kick-started your heart, huh?
He did. Yeah, he brought me home, sweet home. Sometimes we'd get on the merry-go-round, and it was. We'd shout at the devil, and he always had the lips to kill.
Girls.
So,
Is he part of Leonard Skinnerd?
he is part. Of, he is the Leonard of Leonard Skinnerd.
Is he?
Yes,
I think you're mocking me, Neil.
maybe just out of
Very
love.
much
Though.
so.
And my number 1, of course, is John Bon Jovi.
Shot to the heart, and you're to blame.
You know who I wanted to make number
Love.
1 was Chad Kroeger, the singer of Nickelback.
Or Kruger.
Kruger, I don't know.
How about shitty? How about just that?
All right, those
Freddie's-
are good. Those are great jokes, Neil. Who's your real number 1?
Take a look
No,
at this
it's
photograph.
John, and it's late 80s John, when he still had some hair though.
Yeah. Yeah. Shot to the heart.
You're in the minority here, Blake, because we all like Bon Jovi. Different
Johnny's-
levels of.
Johnny used to work on the docks.
Johnny. Tommy worked on the dock. Who the hell's this Johnny character?
Johnny worked next to Tommy. I mean,
Yeah,
there were
Johnny-
more than one dock worker at these
That's
docks.
true. That's true. I
You
mean,
know what? I was trying
you
to
got
get down on
to
it.
figure there was a Johnny there. I mean, there's no way there wasn't.
A Johnny in a union job? No.
Sure. But it was probably more like Janny.
Mario. Let's see here. My number 1 is Garth Brooks. Love me some Garth Brooks.
We said
Thunder
musicians.
rolls.
I was going to sing Thunder Rolls. They screwed me up, Neil.
Sorry.
We shall be free.
No.
Take a look, faith.
Garth Brooks, he's the one that ruined that Billy Joel song, right?
Shameless.
Yes.
I'm shameless.
All right, Jason. Name one person in Garth Brooks.
In Garth Brooks?
Jason in his dreams.
Yeah.
I think Garth Brooks ruined the San Diego Padres minor league team too.
Oh.
Is it any worse than Russell Wilson? I mean, come on.
Oh wow!
What?
Russell Wilson goes to spring training too.
Oh.
Fuck him.
Okay.
Anyways,
Poor Russell.
now my brain is going between Bon Jovi and Garth Brooks. And I can't stop thinking.
It's the same person.
I'm about ready to sing "Shot to the Heart" by Garth Brooks. Shot to the heart. You're to blame. You gave love.
Is he a lounge singer?
Did he make his debut on Dookie?
Bad name. Shot to the heart.
Oh my god!
And you're to blame. You give love. Bad name. Hi for Bison. Number one, Jeff, for you.
Wow. My number one is the number one all-time greatest musician ever is Al Yankovic.
Oh.
He is a great musician at taking different styles and making his own out of them.
Like DJ Khaled.
No,
DJ
much
Khaled.
better than DJ Khaled.
Do you know DJ Khaled, Neil? Not personally, but do you know him?
Oh yes.
Okay. Does he do anything but yell his name?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you know him personally?
I think he's got a really good auto-tune program for the people who record in his studio. But aside from that,
DJ Khaled.
yeah,
you
I know
know
he
him?
makes a lot of money though.
Do you know him personally?
Yeah, him and I go way back.
Good,
We watch
good.
a lot of movies together.
Okay. Hallmark movies.
Yep.
Don't forget, next week on Hallmark Channel, The Red Wedding.
That's right.
Number one for you, Blake.
Were you done
I'm
talking
done.
about Weird Al?
I'm done. Everyone knows how great Weird Al is. I don't think I need
I
to
agree.
explain it.
Have you seen him in concert?
Good.
I never have seen him
Coming
in
this
concert.
Christmas to a theater near you. The most horrifying film to hit a screen. Remember that song?
Dark Phoenix.
Homicidal maniac who finds a Cub Scout troop and hacks up 2 or 3 in every sing. That's an old Weird Al song.
I didn't.
Bring the kids along. It's good, clean family fun.
Wow, that's a
When you
throwback.
get tired of the 6 o'clock news, something
Yeah,
like that.
it's a
Nature Trail to Hell.
yeah, it's
okay.
it's a he took his dad's song Moon Over Parma. It's called Murder Moon Over Parma.
Neil did?
No, Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh.
that he's
Neil
singing.
did. I took my dad's song.
That wasn't his dad's song.
Oh, that wasn't Neil's song?
Murder Moon Over Parma.
That's actually my number 5 for top 5 Italian dishes.
No. Moon Over Parma. All right.
What's your number
If
one?
you're a Northeast
Bring my
Ohio
soul into you
Yankovic
tonight.
fan, you have to know Weird Al's dad.
You realize Weird Al and that other Yankovic are not related.
Yeah, they are. This is dad.
It is not.
It's Moon Over Parma.
Can we do a number one
Look it
down there,
up.
Blake?
Weird Al is from the L.A. area. His dad was not a musician.
Who's got the
Okay.
drummer with the one arm?
Bon Jovi.
That was Led Zeppelin.
Okay. No, Richie Sambora hates one-armed people.
And he's not in the band anymore.
That's why. Anyways, Blake, what's your number one?
You're
Keep
thinking,
fucking
you're
go.
thinking of Greta Van Zeppelin.
Oh, she was on the news show, like Fox News, right?
Yes, she was.
Greta Van Zeppelin.
Hey, my number one. I mean, if you listen to the podcast, Neil would know. It's going to be
Michael
Lennon,
Stipe.
McCartney, Harrison, and of course Ringo.
Oh,
Yeah,
the Beatles.
yeah. And they're solo,
Even,
and they're duets with Michael Jackson.
even Ringo's solo?
Yeah, Ringo. Actually,
Neil, no.
he's got some good country stuff, man.
Yeah.
Blame it on.
They were, I don't know, for whatever reason, like sucking his cock when they gave him a solo bid into the Hall of Fame.
Ringo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't know he was in as a solo artist.
Yeah. They
Oh,
let
wow.
him in as a solo
Yeah.
artist.
I think he's
Ringo
a
an
great-
all-star band.
Great songwriter. I think he writes some really good songs.
Yeah,
Octopus's Garden.
He doesn't get a lot of credit as the other guys do, but he's just as
There's a
talented
reason
and
for
good.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
He's a
his
good
solo
drummer.
stuff. Yeah.
Well, if you listen to John Lennon, he's not the best drummer in the Beatles.
Well, that was Pete Best.
No, he said Paul McCartney was.
I know.
The one-armed guy?
I thought it was
Yes, yeah, the one-armed guy from Greta Van Zombie.
Nostrum.
Yeah.
You know, the one-armed guy killed Harrison Ford's wife.
He did.
Rick Allen?
That's right. The
He's
drummer
married to
from Def
Harrison
Leppard.
Ford?
That's right.
Wait a minute, Rick Allen's married to Harrison Ford? I'm confused.
I thought that was Ally McBeal.
Blame it all
okay.
on my roots. Anyways.
Hey, honorable mentions. All right.
Oh, you have some?
Damon Albarn.
I don't know who that is.
You would know him from Blur and Gorillaz.
Nope.
No. You can boo. I do like the Gallagher brothers.
Nope.
I do like Liam and Noel.
Boo.
Ben Folds. I like Ben
5?
Folds. Yeah.
And all 3 of his 5.
Okay.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix, Johnny Cash, Billy Corgan, and then a little unknown one, the guy who did the
Courtney Love?
music for Thief. Eric Brocious actually does some stuff, and there's actually like a cult following of the video game music from Thief that they've gone and spun off a lot of stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Anyways. Anything for you, Neil?
Honorable mention, I'll throw out Avenged Sevenfold just for fun.
All right.
I'm going to throw Shine Down out there.
All right.
Hold on, I haven't seen the Avengers Sevenfold yet. Is that-
That's after Endgame. Then they get full.
okay.
Yeah.
Neil, sorry, they all come back. Spoilers.
I'm going to throw out Stuart Copeland with the
As long as Iron Man makes it, I'll be happy.
And now scores movies.
Very nice. Yeah.
So I'm throwing out Stuart Copeland.
Stuart Townsend?
You could also
No.
go. Speaking of musical scores, Trent Reznor's been doing a lot. But anyway,
He has.
the
He
Oingo
won the
Boingo guy.
Oscar for it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And the Oingo Boingo guy. What's his name?
Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
And was not was. Don was.
Yeah.
Everybody walk the dinosaur. Boom, boom, shakalaka. Boom, boom.
That's how
Anyways.
up to date Jason is with music.
Yeah. It
Jason,
struggled for me, okay?
Jason, do you have any honorable mentions?
Everything you guys said.
Thank you. I noticed Jeff has a lot of drummers on his list. Well, 2.
Oh.
Two. That's a lot.
I suppose I could have put Neil Peart.
Let's see
He
here.
is God.
Bad idea of the week. Number 2,105. Picking a top 5 musical category for Jason.
That is a bad idea.
Neil,
Yes.
please tell us where everybody can find you again before you retire again.
Sure. Well, let me say again one more time. Thanks for having me on. I had a blast, and it was really good to hang out and catch up with you guys.
Yes.
And you can find us at darkangelsandprettyfreaks.com or search Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks wherever you listen to podcasts.
And Neil, it was awesome having you on. Don't leave yet, because we usually do this after our closing music, but we're going to do an addendum so you can help us pick the title for the show this week.
Yeah, and I want to apologize to all the Dark Angels and Pretty Feet fans that had to listen to our podcast just to listen to Neil.
Oh,
Maybe next time Annalise will be on. No.
You're not letting Annalise?
I would love to have Annalise on the show, but she hates us.
Oh.
Anyways, let's see here. We're going to pick some titles here. Jeff, you got any?
Let's see. I've got Worthless Koozie. Mm-hmm. Glitter Bomb.
Like
Artificial Glistening. The Queen and Mr. Phillips.
that's a good.
Hoppy and Bitter.
Hoppy and Bitter.
And Hefeweizen Beer.
I like pickled things. Robotic heads.
Oh, you're going to put that on? You won't let me pick?
Heads, not head. Not head.
Okay. So when it's plural, it's okay.
Yeah, robotic head is machine head. Tell my mom I love you. When Neil was having a stroke. Speaking of that, Neil has another stroke, and he's got teeth. So, any of those tickle your fancy? Your pickle, Neil?
I like the what was it, the Queen and Mr. whatever?
Queen and Mr. Phillips.
That was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of like that one. It's kind of that one or Tell Mama I Love Her. One of the two.
Well, the Queen and Mr.
I mean, obviously, well, you pick whatever you want. Those are the two that I think.
No, you're picking.
Oh, I'd say the Queen and Mr. Phillips. I like that.
Again, after 283 episodes, we've checked out. So now we let the guests pick a lot. You just picked our top 5 favorite Italian dishes next week, okay?
There you go.
So that's going to be an exciting one. Anyways, Neil.
I think I'm just going to have 5 different types of pizza.
There you go.
I'm going to throw in, I have to have made the Italian dishes myself in order to be in my top 5.
There you go.
You're such a millennial.
That's good. I like that.
God, don't encourage him, Neil.
Do it
By
even more.
made, does that mean reheated?
No, as in like pick up the phone and order delivery.
Oh, okay.
Reheat it. Oh, that's Olive Garden.
Wait, hold on. That's my wife's version of cooking.
It's a good thing.
Hey,
good thing she doesn't listen.
Family.
Neil, please tell Annalise hello for us.
Of course we will, and she says hi to all of you. She was very excited that I was going to be talking to you.
She won't talk to us, but she's excited that you are.
Oh, that's how she is with most of my friends.
There you go. And give her a gentle peck on the cheek for us.
I will.
And tweak your left nipple for us.
And then get mad at her for not taking you to Star Wars land.
I'll send you pictures of all of this.
Of your left nipple?
Yeah, tweaking nipples while I'm giving her a peck and berating her about Star Wars.
Sounds like a strong marriage.
We're going to make that our Christmas card, too.
Neil is tweeting out his tweaking nipple. It's cute. Mm-hmm. Anyways, well, Neil, thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, we ready? Sound good in there? All right, cool. All right, Alan Sherman, 12 Days of Christmas parody for History of Bad Ideas, take 1. On the first day of Christmas, Hobie gave to me a Japanese transistor radio. On this, what? Really? All right. Okay, all right, I can do it, okay. Alan Sherman, 12 Days of Christmas parody for History of Bad Ideas, take 2. On the first day of Christmas, Hobie gave to me a history of bad ideas, IOU. On the second day of Christmas, Hobie gave to me green polka dot pajamas and a history of bad ideas. What? Really? Well, that too? Okay, all right. All right, okay, we'll take it from the top again. All right, Alan Sherman, 12 Days of Christmas parody for History of Bad Ideas, take 3. On the first day of Christmas, Hobie gave to me a history of bad ideas, IOU. On the second day of Christmas, Hobie gave to me 2 IOUs and a history of bad ideas, IOU. It's a Nakashima. On the third day of Christmas, Hobie gave to me a calendar book with the name of my insurance man, 2 IOUs and a... Now what? Are you serious? They didn't get the calendar book... Okay, all right, fine. All right, can you just dub this in? Just dub this in. I don't want to start from the beginning again, okay? All right, cool. Let's see, where am I? Okay, yeah. 3 IOUs, 2 IOUs, and a history of bad ideas, IOU. It's better than money. On the 4th day of Christmas, Hobie gave to me... Are you... Really? Nothing? Not the whole thing? I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck am I doing this song for then? All right, fine. You know what? I'm done. Let's just get this over with, okay? 12 IOUs, 11 IOUs, 10 IOUs, 9 IOUs, 8 IOUs, 7 IOUs, 6 IOUs, 5 IOUs, 4 IOUs, 3 IOUs, 2 IOUs, and a history of bad ideas, IOU.
You've been listening to Hobie.